Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Star Wars Empire at War. I see some familiar friends in the chat already. Hope everyone's having a great night. Let me just go ahead and load the save. Sorry we're a couple minutes late here, although I'm sure that's nothing you guys aren't used to. OBS just didn't want to open up. No big deal. Yeah, so hope everyone's having a great night. Hope everyone checked out today's video over on the main channel and also on this channel. There was Charlie did a cool video on, if I remember correctly, it was on, it was his ISD, or his SSD Rampage series. So that's fun. We're picking back up here with our New Republic campaign. We've been playing in THRAWN'S Revenge. We've got the New Republic basically well established in the Outer Rim. Last episode, we actually charged all the way into Coruscant and destroyed the Lusankia. No, yeah, we destroyed Isard and the Lusankia in a pretty costly battle for us. Grand Admiral Thrawn himself is actually spawned on Coruscant. We could take him next battle if we wanted, but to make things a little bit more interesting, I am actually going to let him survive. We're going to let Thrawn survive. I'm going to take my fleet and just leave the core. And there's two reasons why I'm doing this. One, as I said, to make things interesting. And two, because I'm a little scared if I kill him now, that the progression system will get messed up. So, yeah, that's what we'll be doing today. We're going to continue securing the Outer Rim. I'll probably try to clear over some of these planets over here with that fleet once it comes back. And then we will begin to hunt Grand Admiral Thrawn. I am going to do take a second as well to put on that Stream Beats playlist. Stream Beats. 1 second, guys. Should have had that ready, but I didn't. But while I'm doing this, I'll read the chat. Isn't this one number 5? Yes, you're right. It is number 5. Thank you for pointing that out. Number 5. Just 1 second, guys. Does anybody have that playlist from last time? I put it in the chat. Rhino, do you have that playlist? The Stream Beats playlist? I lost it. History. See if I can find it. I think I found it. Oh, thank you, Cubs, for the $10 donations from the whole Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. The community pretend the decimal is a few spots to the right. Jesus. But yeah, I got diapers and dog food to buy tonight. Dude, you do not need to worry about that. Guys, go chuck a sub over to Cubs fans channel. He was on the main stream tonight, or the main channel tonight as well.
From the whole SWGoH community.
Let the robot read it.
The decimal is a few spots to the right cause you deserve it. But yeah, I got diapers and dog food to buy.
Go ahead and make Cubs a mod as well. Alright. Now that we are ready. This stream has just been very slow start. My fault. How's that music sound, by the way? So everyone go click on Cubs' channel. I'll give you guys a brief, at some point tonight, remind me, and I'll give you guys a brief little update, or a kind of summary of the Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes situation. Yes, mod power. Unlimited mod power. We're actually kind of undermanned here. Whatever. That makes it fun. Yeah, Cubs could definitely hop on for a stream sometime. That'd be cool.
Enemy forces ahead.
I'm hoping that we get hoping we get a new Star Wars game soon, so I can have a lot more creators over here. So we've got one MC-80 Home 1 type, one MC-80B, 3 assault frigates, 2 marauders. Not a bad little fleet here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pick apart these transport shuttles. Yeah, I think we've got a good conversation flow, Cubs. I keep calling you Han. I don't know why.
Orders received. Roger that.
Cubs and I have actually met in real life several times as well. We were at Disney World together, which was cool. Very cool. right, we're tearing these shuttles apart. So we've pulled that secular off. We're gonna jump in and destroy this poor little Star Destroyer with our ion cannons. Let's boogie on out of here with the assault frigates.
I'm on it.
I think the secular is more than effective enough as it is. I think the secular is really powerful. I think the secular is really powerful in its current in this current build of the mod. Alright, so we're tearing this thing apart. Unfortunately, these Pro Crusaders are trying to chase my assault frigates. Alright, let's get you guys over here. Over here, and then over here.
They're coming around.
So I've got a cool video I think I'm going to work on tonight. If you guys are interested, turn down the music. Sure. Let me know. Oh, wait, that's not the right one. Let me know if this is better.
I'm hit. Yes, Commander. We're on the move. Got us targeted.
Unfortunately, I can't spam them because I'm the New Republic, but...
I'm losing power.
Alright. Yeah, let's hope we can, let's hope we can boogie on out of here.
I'm losing power.
Yeah, I could have got the Dark Empire stuff, but I was a little worried about messing up progression because I tested it and it didn't spawn Palpatine, so I would have been stuck at the Era 3. Too low now? Okay. Let me know. I can turn it down a little bit more.
I've got a fix.
Alright.
I'm hit. Look out. Ready.
I'm actually probably at the point where I can turn these assault frigates around, call in some support ships. Alright, let's go. Yes, so I think Fall of the Republic will be our next joint command, which will probably start either this week or next week.
Open for those fighters. Scanner contact behind me. Right away. Watch for enemy fighters.
Alright, well I can turn it down again if you guys want. Actually, here, let's
I get no reading.
move back this way.
I've been hit.
When's that game coming up? What do you mean?
Target's
You
coming
mean
in
Fall of the
fast.
Republic?
Target's coming in fast. Heading out.
Alright. If I can get these assault frigates behind the protective, motherly body of Home One.
Copy.
I don't know if you can get Empire War on Mac. I'm not a Mac guy, unfortunately. Well, unfortunately for that question, anyway.
I copy.
I'm sure there's some way. I don't know if you can do mod at EAW. We're not sure if we're gonna do Republic or CIS. I'm kind of would like to do Republic, I think, but we'll see.
Frigate reporting.
Damn.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
cut hard.
Ready for your next command.
Oh, yes. So I was actually talking with Corey and Charlie about the game we want to make yesterday. Quite a bit, actually.
Weapons armed.
We're pretty excited. Like, we actually seriously want to think about trying to make a video game. I kind of want to do a video on the main channel, like, explaining
Waiting orders.
oh, nice. It's actually going to survive. Explaining what my thoughts would be and, like, what I think would be important in a Empire War-like game, but maybe we can do that today as well.
Assault
Alright, let's
frigate
pull
here.
that assault frigate back around.
Look out.
I'm gonna call...
I'm losing power.
so you know.
They've disabled our lasers.
So we want to make an Empire at War style Star Wars... Ah, damn it. We want to make an Empire at War style Star Wars game. Or not a Star Wars game, I meant to say.
Advancing.
Basically, it would just be probably space only. A lot of elements like Empire at War.
Marauder cruiser
I don't know
here.
much about the actual technical side because I'm not.
I'm on it.
I'm not.
Orders.
Yeah, I shouldn't have called this. I didn't think that. I didn't think that Pro Crusader would be able to turn so quickly. Whatever.
Destroy those lasers.
So I don't know very much about game design, and by very much I mean anything. I don't know anything about game design. I don't know anything about coding. So yeah, but Corey does and Charlie does. They think they want to build the game in Unity because they both know. See, again, I know nothing about that. I'm just passing on what they said. We think it would be a lot like Empire at War. It would be space only, no ground battles. We'd probably only do like, it'd probably be like
I'm in range.
a game that we released in stages, you know, so like the very first thing we'd want to get out would be,
One on your tail.
let's
Them on the run.
see if we can,
Awaiting orders.
let's see if we can get those engines out.
Got one. Watch your six. That's shot. Increase your throttle.
So what was I saying? Yeah, so it'd be like a game like we probably have early access for or something. So the very first thing we'd get would be something like a skirmish mode. Once we got a basic skirmish mode down and we were happy with that, maybe we'd move on to maybe we'd move on to some sort of what's it called? Oh, Garbella Bliss. Some sort of like campaign mode or conquest mode anyway. Let's move him back here. Basically, okay, so here's my thoughts. Right now, there aren't any good games that mix complexity of battle. So something like Empire at War, or okay, something like Sins of a Solar Empire. You guys might know that game. Is not a very complex battle simulator. Like you basically just get a bunch of fleets, you point them in the right direction, and that's kind of it. On the other hand, something like Battlefleet Gothic Armada is a very complex game. You control multiple aspects of your ship, you set all of these different features. So and that all really comes down to how many ships you have fighting on the battlefield.
We're on the move.
So Sins, you can easily have, not easily, but you can have 300 ships on each side of a battle, a big battle. But you really, or same with something like Stellaris, you really don't set tactics except very broadly. You don't really micromanage ships very often, at least when I play. Maybe it's changed now, but that's just generally. Fleet composition is far more important than tactics. Something like Battlefleet Gothic Armada, as I said, is the opposite. And a lot of what that comes down to is how many ships you have on the battlefield. Because you just can't micromanage 300 ships. It's not possible. Unless you're really going to take like an hour per turn. On the other hand, if you're playing something with a lot of micromanagement, like a Battlefleet Gothic Armada, then it's not possible to have too many ships, just because it's really the same reason, just kind of the opposite. So something like Empire at War is good because it has kind of a nice mix, especially in like the Thrawn's Revenge mod. You've got a lot of ships, you've got some tactical abilities, but in Empire at War, really most of the tactics come down to things like ship positioning or fleet composition. So I think you can keep the general strategy of Empire at War, bring it to a modern system, increase the amount of ships on the battlefield at any given time. Like Thrawn's Revenge does a good job of that. Some Empire at War mods do a good job of that. Right now, the main issue, really, based on my experience, when trying to bring more ships out, is not that people can't handle it. Like, I can handle a battle maxed out in Thrawn's Revenge, no problem. The main issue just seems to be related to people's computers. So, I think you can increase the amount of ships you have, while also increasing the tactical abilities. Okay? So, imagine we have this fleet right here, okay? And this is kind of drawing from the old X-Wing games. Your ships should have different stances. So say you want the MC-80 Home 1 to be aggressive, or defensive, or speed focused. Really how that manifests, usually in Star Wars games, or old Star Wars games, would be, okay, you have 100 energy points, or maybe just a slider. Maybe if you are in a slugging match, you take all of your energy points away from engines and put it all in shield or in weapons. You know what I mean? So you've kind of then set a defensive strat for yourself. Or maybe it's like you've got one ship in the perfect position. So you take all engines away from shield and you put them in firepower. So you've got 100% of your energy in firepower. So it's kind of like a risk reward thing. It just adds an extra layer of strategy. But in my opinion, and I'm not sure how Corey and Charlie feel about this, there's more you can do, because like I think it would be cool too if, because like once you're in a battle in Thrawn's Revenge even, or in most Empire War mods, once your ships are actually in position, you kind of stop with the tactics. Once you've got your fleet on the battlefield, you basically just wait. And in my opinion, that's where the battles start to get a little bit boring.
Moving ahead.
So what I would like is maybe you can even angle your shields. So let's say that I want to cover for this ship. I move this big Mon Calamari cruiser here, I angle my shields to the starboard side, and it can take a whole bunch of firepower if it wasn't moving like an idiot. But the risk of that is, well, if you angle all of your shields in one direction, if they come through with a quick little Corvette or a fighter screen or whatever, all of these hard points will be completely limited. I think you can do this pretty easily too. You just click the ship and you click a slider somewhere. You know what I mean? And like you wouldn't just be able to rearrange the energy or whatever immediately. Like there would be some sort of cost or a cooldown or something.
Beware of traps.
Rendezvous at Mark 6.
So that was some of the things we were talking about.
Try not to let one on your tail.
It would be kind of like, yeah, like we draw from Star Wars Armada, but on the other hand, I don't want it to be too board game or too tabletop game like, because like Battlefleet Gothic Armada, for example, that's a little too much for the amount of ships that I would want to be managing. Because like I want to have like, I imagine like the Battle of Endor as something that should be doable, or like 30 ships. Like I think fleet positioning should be as big of a thing as in Star Wars, at least, just based on the movies. I think fleet positioning should be as big a thing as individual ship tactics. And again, this wouldn't be a Star Wars game, but I'm just talking about what I like from Star Wars, I guess, that I would kind of want to bring in. Because yeah, it definitely would not be a Star Wars game. We'd make our own universe.
I'm in range. That's got him. Stay in attack formation. Rendezvous at Mark. Point 1. I'm in range. That's got him.
We'd probably make a moddable though, so if somebody wanted to make a Star Wars or a Halo mod or whatever else, I think that would be an important thing. I actually don't think for the type of game that we're thinking of that multi-axis would really add a lot to it. I think that, oh shit, I didn't realize I didn't know no more space. Yeah, I don't think multi-axis would really add a whole lot.
Got one on me.
So I would want it to keep it on one axis.
Picking up signal. Can't hold on.
I think it'd be cool too if ramming was an option. Like, just imagine this, okay? Say you've got, this is what I was talking about with Charlie last night. Say you've got a very valuable space station, or one thing we talked about is, like, there would be a lot more, we would want to make a lot more specialized ships. So like the Peltast, for example. I think that's a really cool ship. So imagine we've got a Peltast type ship back here protected by our big cruisers, like our Star Destroyer analogs. Okay? Maybe you can't break through them with just pure firepower, so instead you take one of your big ships that's low on health and literally just ram it through the formation. Or maybe there's like, maybe once that happens, the Corvettes or whatever are destroyed, then you can send fighters through. Or like, that would be one thing of improving the pathfinding. I was talking about this with Charlie last night too.
Readying weapons.
Keep your eyes
Oh,
on
these are doing fine actually.
swinging around.
Homeworld did it, but Homeworld doesn't Homeworld have smaller fleet battles?
Awaiting orders. We have them in our sights.
Enemy fighters in range. Stay in attack formation. Stay in attack formation. I've got a 3-2 full throttle. That's got him.
Ready to
3-2
engage.
full throttle. Stay in
Frigate
attack
reporting.
formation.
Target in
That's
sight.
it. Scratch.
And I can imagine some really cool ideas too. Like, one thing that'd be cool, I have no idea how you'd accomplish it, is if you have like multiple battles going on at the same time. So like, imagine you're in a little battle right now, and then you zoom out, and then there's like 3 other squares here or something, and like you can zoom in, you've got to manage each one simultaneously. I don't know, that would be cool. Homeworld has huge battles? Okay, well, yeah, I don't know. Again, I'm just spitballing. I just don't think for a Star Wars game that the Z-axis, or I keep saying it's a Star Wars game, it's not. I'm just imagining Star Wars space battles, because that's what I like. That's kind of the style I want to go for as well.
Weapons armed.
But sort of like what's done in Sins, but on a much smaller scale.
Hold on.
I don't know, that was just an idea too. Like that's probably would be very difficult. And again, I'm writing checks now that figurative checks that if we end up making the game, that Corey and Charlie and whoever else worked on the team would have to try to cash. So
We are victorious.
but yeah, with my idea with collisions is you would automatically have a thing, like you'd have an option automatically that would prevent your ship from colliding with others. So like it'd be like a no collisions button,
Right away.
basically. And as long as that was selected, except in very extreme circumstances, like where you've negligently sent two ships together and like you've missed all warning signs, you wouldn't collide. However, if you're in a really tight situation, like imagine you've got a super important capital ship that's just surrounded by corvettes in an emergency situation, you've got to turn that thing, you click the button so collisions are on, or you turn off the failsafe and then you just knock some of your ships out of the way. Alright, so I want to focus on this area a bit, but I'm a little worried about this fleet over here. 431. How big is this? Kind of tempted to see if we can't beat up on this a bit.
Moving out.
Tactical battle.
Oh, they just left some. I'm trying to think what else we were talking about that would be really cool. Oh, I was just thinking of a mode earlier. One mode that would be really cool for a game like this is like protect your capital ship. I think there is like Sins has a mode like that, but that would be different. Where like maybe you can like upgrade or design your own capital ship, and then like you have to protect that in a battle. I think that would be pretty cool.
Complying with orders.
But like the graphic, oh what, that thing survived a shot? The graphics, for example, would be pretty simple.
Heading out. Beware of traps. Open fire. Yes, Commander.
And we'd be creating our own universe, which would be cool. Yeah, I know multiple Z-axis would be easy, but I think in most cases, I don't think it really adds a lot. One thing I would like, though, is if you had, like, super heavy capital ships, if they came in on their own Z-axis, which, like, some Empire War mods actually sort of do. But yeah, having multiple Z-axes, but not complete free range would be an option. So, like, maybe there's 3 Z-axes. Thrawn's alive. He's near us, but
That's got him. Got one. On calamari right here. I've got my approach vector.
Enemy fighters incoming.
Try not to let one on your tail.
Reporting.
Standing by.
I don't know. I just think like there's a lot of potential. So Z-axis is like, you see how in Empire War you can move this way or this way, but you can't move. A Z-axis would be basically, oh, you can move your ship down or up. Let the liquor do the thinking. I love it. Not another night of the liquor abyss, Mr. Leahy. So like right now, instead of holding for maximum fire, now that I got this ship in position, I could drain 100% of my engine power and just put all of it to shields and weapons. You know what I mean?
Open fire on those laser cannons.
All out. 6.1.
Right away.
Enemy unit disabled.
On my way.
Decrease to full throttle.
I do think that moving, I do think multiple or a free Z axis makes it too complicated without really adding a whole lot.
Let's move out.
Stay in attack formation. Try not to let one on your tail.
Yeah, so the cool thing is, if we do make this game, it would be lots of content for the channel. We would basically just be treating this channel, the X2 channel or Corey's channel or wherever, as like a development blog partially, along with still the regular content. And the cool thing is, although I do like Star Wars space combat, doing this would allow us to basically make analogs for the stuff we did like and then remove the stuff we didn't. Like, I'm not a big fan of tractor beams. I don't hate them or anything. I just don't love them.
Tactical battle imminent.
This is gonna be a big battle. Isn't Unreal C++ though? Like, I don't think Corey and Charlie know C++.
The enemy is approaching.
Yeah, so we could keep the stuff from Star Wars that we like the general difference between turbo lasers and laser cannons. We could alter the things, like make different types. Maybe one faction has particle weapons or something. And then we could just remove stuff we didn't. You know what I mean? So I think it'd be cool.
Choose your reinforcements.
All right, this is a big fleet.
Coordinates received. Nebulon B frigate here.
So like right now, if I was this Nebulon B, I could put all power to shields and engines, and then put my engines completely backwards.
We're going in.
One thing that I would totally change about Empire at War, I would keep hardpoints, because I think the idea of hardpoints is cool, but I think the idea that you need to destroy every single hardpoint to destroy a ship is really dumb. Like, why, if I kill every single thing on the Star Destroyer but the medium turbo laser, and I'm pouring shots into the light dual laser cannon over here, why does that, like, not kill it? You know what I mean?
Choose your reinforcements.
So that'd be one of the changes that I would really want.
Moving to your coordinates. Traveling now. We'll be there shortly.
Like, have an overall ship health. Maybe you could hit somewhere that makes it vent atmosphere or something and takes the combat strength down. I wouldn't want to get too complicated, like
Orders received.
like there's like the fleet pop stuff, or like the ship crew health in
Roger, setting course, sir.
in Battlefleet Gothic Armada. Don't really like that. I think that's too complicated for that kind of game. I like it in that game, but just generally not really what you'd want in a massive fleet battle game.
That's it. Scratch one. I copy.
You know, shouldn't be having lag, but if you are, Chad, is that a thing a lot of you guys are having problems with?
Another pass. Enemy unit disabled. I'm hit. Decrease to full throttle. Should we go around for another pass?
Shit, that one is taking it from that side.
6.1.
I need help.
Frigate reporting. I've got my approach vector.
Attack formation. Decrease to full throttle.
We have no name, we have no idea of the universe, really.
Watcher 6. Hold on.
Anything story related would be
Tail. I'm in range.
not important, starting off.
That's it. Scratch one. Hold on.
Video keeps stuttering?
Get him off me. Should we go around for another pass?
Okay, thanks for letting me know. I'll see if I can fix it after this battle. I'll see if I can fix it right now.
Cover me.
It's annoying. Let me just turn down my... Yeah, I have it on very low. If it gets really bad, I will If it gets really bad, then I will restart the stream. Let me know if that fixes it at all. No, it would not be a Star Wars game. It'd be our own universe.
Cannons on.
Alright, let's get these assault frigates.
Enemy fighters incoming.
Degree 2, full throttle. I'm in range and attack.
Tell me if that helps at all, guys.
Losing my engine.
Degree 2, full throttle.
The good thing is, Mon Calamari cruisers in this part of the galaxy are really cheap because I've got 3 major shipyards nearby.
Stay in attack formation. We'll try and draw their fire.
I'm under attack. I'm getting torn apart.
Roger 6. Should we go around for another pass? Should we go around for another pass?
Primary target is
Should we go around for another pass? That's getting better. That's got
attacking
him.
target. Holding for maximum firepower.
I'm in a tight spot.
That's got him.
Fire at will.
Matters.
Yeah, multiplayer would definitely be something we would want.
Assault frigate here. Target those
Well, I guess fixed? Good. Okay, good to hear that. Maybe give the... You might want to give the thing a refresh.
I'm in range. Stay in attack formation. Roger 6, Major. Degree 2, full throttle.
standing by. Ready.
Degree 2.
You guys got to go attack that.
Got it. I'm in range. Attack formation. Stay in attack formation.
See, like, they shouldn't not be able to kill that MC-80 just because they can't reach the back hard point.
Crossfire. Stay in attack formation.
Oh, you're just talking about if Corey, Charlie, and I ever make a game.
Targeting.
Stay in attack formation.
No, Akbar's not dead. Akbar's fine. That was just a random cruiser.
Should we go around for another pass? I'll try and draw their fire. Attack formation. Stay in attack formation.
I don't think we've lost any heroes yet, actually. Nice. One thing that I would like is for ship positioning to be more important, because right now I don't feel like, and this isn't the fault of any mod, this is just how Empire War is, I don't think that it's like, I don't think it matters as much as it should where a ship is, and I don't think you need to have, I don't think light frigates or light cruisers are important enough. Like, you should be able to get a real benefit by having a fast ship that can get somewhere that larger cruisers can't. Even if you're just like chipping away at another ship. Like, so if you, and this is like, so you say you have your big capital ships slugging it out up front. Basically, my idea is if you can get around that with one of your smaller, more mobile ships, then you should be rewarded for it. And that's kind of like the trade-off, you know what I mean?
Moving into position.
Tactical battle imminent.
Oh, please tell me I caught him in space. Oh, yes. I did. That is beautiful. Where's Jarek, though? So, like, you'd have different... So, like, there's support ships should have different roles. Like, there should be a frigate, which, you know, would fight larger ships, but maybe also helps with, like... I'm just making up class names. Like, corvettes are usually anti-fighter, but something like a Bothan assault cruiser is not. Oh, my goodness. Look at this. Oh, my God. So, Jarek's in the secular. Ground units go boom. Oh, the only thing is, right now, I'm tempted to just go full on bang him out right now because we don't have an interdictor. Small ships go. Might lose this Bothan ship.
Right away.
Worth it. Oh my god, watch the damage we're about to inflict. It's gonna be disgusting.
Form up. Firing.
What a way to go, eh?
Reinforcements cancelled.
We'll be there shortly.
Shields to maximum. Awaiting orders.
I saw an AT-AT barge I'd like to kill. Alright, let's keep you out of harm's way as much as we can, sweet baby. Oh, you're gonna do that? Okay then.
Moving to your coordinates. Move to that location. Engines at full.
The enemy has got locked.
Shoot him down! Shoot him down! I'm hit!
I don't know how I feel about the torpedo sphere. Like,
6.1.
I don't know. They do shield piercing, I feel like, for a lore reason and for a balance reason. I just don't know. Oh yeah, we would definitely want to bring on some devs for independent contractors. The only issue is money, like,
Scanner contact behind me.
so like presumably me, Corey, and Charlie would work at the beginning for free, and then we would try to raise enough money to pay for some salaries.
Where'd he come from?
Where is that big bastard at? Where's that secutor?
Where are you?
Oh, there it is.
Setting course.
I don't know why I jumped that in.
I'm in range.
Yeah, why did I just do that? I thought I had more unit space. I really don't. I'm just gonna lose this MC-80B.
Awaiting orders.
Enemy unit disabled.
Ready
Attack
for
formation.
your next command.
We're drawing their fire.
Reporting for duty.
This is probably one of my worst ship placements ever. Hopefully I can...
I need help here. Need to break off. Try not to let one
which Legends books... I mean, I don't know. There's, like, you could fit books like Plagueis in if you really wanted to, probably.
swing around. Attack formation. Look out, powder. Try not to let one on your tail. I'm in range.
Hey, you Ty. I love the sound of turbo laser fire in the morning.
Decrease to full throttle. Decrease to full throttle. Try not to let one on your
Target
tail.
those lasers.
No good. Switch pattern. Maneuver. Stay in attack formation.
Enemy fighter
I'm ahead.
incoming!
Did I lose that? Yep. God, that was a real bonehead move.
Rendezvous at mark 6.1.
Whatever.
Listen up.
Moving out.
Scanner contact behind me.
One thing I can imagine us doing, though, is big, like, 24-hour fundraising streams. Or, like... I don't know.
Stabilize approach. Decrease to full throttle. Stay in attack
Got
formation.
my approach vector.
I try to check my Instagram DMs, but I get a lot of them.
Hold on.
I've got, considering I don't post, I actually get a lot of messages on Instagram.
Take out their engines.
So my Instagram does, not to brag, my Instagram does really well for its size. Like, I have, like, I think
Decrease to full throttle.
maybe like 13,000 likes on Instagram, or follows, but I get like 3,000 or 4,000 likes on a lot of my posts.
Reporting for
I'm
duty.
about to kill Jarek, that absolute loser.
Cannons armed. The primary target is the engines.
Take out that
I did, Rhino. I thought it was hilarious. You did great on
Try not
that.
to let one on your tail. Fire.
I knew someone was going to do that. I was hoping it would be you.
Stay in attack formation. I'm in range.
All right, have we killed all of the... Wow. Well, we just basically killed the Pentastar alignment. GG, no re.
Swinging around. I'm in range.
And there's just a bunch of little things that people want, that we know people want from Empire at War, like the ability to launch your fighters from a capital ship whenever you want. Like, why should you have to release your fighters right at the beginning of battle, you know? It's like little stuff like that. Like, you get a bunch of little things like that in a modern engine, and that really adds up in my opinion. Uh-oh. You don't really have much of a fleet here. I agree. The MC-ADB was a fair trade. It's just that it was a complete waste is the only thing. Oh, fuck. I assume both of those are preludes to a ground invasion. All right. I might actually retreat. I'm going to kill as many as I can, then retreat. Just so I can get out of the core.
Enemy unit sighted.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind like some sort of smart auto Z axis. I don't know though. So I used to just talk about this idea with I'm sure that like both Corey and Charlie and I kind of developed wanted to do this idea independently, because when I first talked to Charlie, my idea was a super simple a very, very simple space strategy game, like totally simple for mobile. But I think it'd be a lot cooler to do something like this. You can make a lot of money with mobile games though. But money's not really the main thing. I mean, obviously we want to make money from it, but to be honest, it would help the channel a lot. It would give us something that we were passionate about. It would just be really cool. But yeah, we definitely want to take on the TR team as much as we could.
Traveling now.
Moving to coordinates.
This is still at the all talk stage, but this is something that we all really want to do, I think. And again, I'm talking about features when I've got literally zero technical abilities.
Acknowledged.
My main thing would be promotion and stuff.
Yes.
And I mean, I'd help with ideas and whatnot. So, like, I don't know if the things I've even talked about in this video are doable by a team of 2 early on. I mean, it seems like a lot of it would be.
Be an asshole.
Stay in attack formation.
Yes, this would be in our own sci-fi universe. It couldn't be a Star Wars game.
Point one.
Ready for your next command.
Considering time apart.
Proceeding.
But my cool idea also was that if we did this,
Got a target.
I could finance a bunch of stuff. Like, I could probably maybe hire like Howie to make a cool cinematic for it or something, or EC Henry,
Divert all launcher shields.
That's it. Scratch
and because like those videos on YouTube will get millions of views, and like that's great for a super indie game for its trailer to get millions of views.
Copy. Hold on. Reporting for duty.
I copied.
Switch pattern.
Awaiting orders.
Reporting.
Can't hold on.
Ready
3-2
for
full
your
thrust.
next command.
Watch your 6. Stay in attack formation.
And try not to let one on your tail.
I've got my approach vector.
Can anyone else see him? Switch pattern.
Did I just get a donation from Streamlabs? Let me just check. Thought I heard that. Oh, friendly reminder, Charlie's Chronic Grout. Thank you, SOCOM. He sure does. It's gotten beyond chronic. I think it's like
Reporting for duty.
critical now.
Stay in attack.
Did I just lose a ship?
That's got him.
Stay in attack formation.
I'm in range.
Cancel.
3-2 full thrust formation. I've got a fix. I got
I've
one
got
on
my
me.
approach vector.
Try not to let one on your tail.
Enemy unit disabled. Shields are down. Take another hit like that.
I agree the mobile market is probably a bit oversaturated.
Swinging around.
But not in, I don't think it's oversaturated in really good games.
Stay in attack formation.
Okay, but yeah, say we actually did,
3-2 full thrust.
we did make a game like this,
In range. Mark.
and it was, you know, everything that I promised with pretty basic graphics.
Enemy unit disabled.
What would you guys pay for something like that?
Got them on the run.
Shields to maximum.
Is it like a $30 game, more, less? What do you think?
Yes, Commander.
20? because it could be a $20 game,
Try not to let one on your tail.
or early access could be something, and then
That's it. Scratch one.
Attack formation.
well, that would be the dream, Mr. Puerto Rican. Basically, to hire a bunch of people that we like and give all of us jobs and stuff. We were saying too, Corey had a good point that he really likes the he really likes the see, this is still there. Yeah, it wouldn't be a mobile game. This would be a PC game. I'm tempted to just go ahead and attack what was I saying? Oh yeah, Corey likes the Sins of a Solar Empire release strategy, which I agree. It's great how they do it. Basically, they have content updates that like eventually usually become free, and they like actually add and refine core mechanics and stuff. Good support fleet to protect a dreadnought from the rear. I mean, it depends on how you're being attacked. Like, dreadnoughts are susceptible to fighters. I think fighters are a little weak right now, so I would probably build like out of this fleet, probably like MC-30s would work well. Anything that's like good at taking on, I think MC-30s would be a good support fleet for something like that. Or like, but it's always good to have a little extra muscle. Like, I'd probably take like another Star Destroyer and then some frigates and corvettes. I might just attack Thrawn because I don't know if this is... Do you guys remember what week I was when I started the stream? Let me just check. Also, did I say thank you to Ty for that very generous $20 donation? I think it was week 39. Okay. But I do think it is helpful to have at least one other Star Destroyer or something. Mr. Puerto Rican, are you still in the chat? What do you think will happen if I attack Coruscant? Will I lose? Will I lose, will I screw up my progression? I might just do it. Let's just do it. Screw it.
Let's go.
Wow, he left. He made my decision for me.
Tactical battle
Ooh, hello.
imminent.
I killed Isard and Thrawn spawned, but the message didn't change.
We've got him. Send reinforcements.
Choose your reinforcements. Reinforcements cancelled.
Moving to your coordinates.
Order acknowledged.
Moving out. Heading out. All out. Setting course. Traveling now.
Yeah, I'm not really too worried about the interdictor. I think I can take this fleet pretty handily.
Awaiting orders.
And we'll move Akbar up a bit.
With orders.
Ready for your next.
So I see what the fleet's doing. I'm gonna call in my
Increase power on.
other ships.
Reporting for duty. Focus fire on the engines.
See, the weird thing... Okay, Mr. Puerto Rican, so I tested it and I killed Thrawn, and some like Abyss opened up and Palpatine's like heroes opened up, but Palpatine himself didn't. Is that normal or is that a bug? Like that's why I didn't do it, because I felt like it was bugged. All right, time to bring in some extra juice.
Enemy fighters incoming.
Orders received.
I'm under attack.
Roger that.
Stay in attack formation.
Setting course.
I'm hit.
Should we go around? Hanging around. It's no good. I can't
Got
maneuver.
it targeted.
Reporting in.
Ah!
Enemy unit disabled.
That should be a bug. Okay.
Functioning.
Decrease to full
So yeah, I'll just wait until week 44 or whatever, because I think it's a 5-week. Watch me just demolish. This victory's about to get demolished. So like right here, when you're putting shots into a ship and it's not damaging a hard point, that should still hurt the ship. I'm not missing a chance to kill an interdictor Star Destroyer.
I've got a fix. Hold on. Stay in attack formation. Retreat. Watch your six. Attack formation. Acknowledge. Swing around. Try not to let one on your tail. Attack formation. Decrease to full throttle.
Is Corey doing like a 5-hour stream or something?
Watch your six.
Yeah, it looked like he was playing through the entirety of the
Decrease to full
Force of Corruption campaign.
They've got us targeted.
I got my approach vector.
attack formation.
That's how it is. I'm just saying if we made the game, that's how I would change it.
Fire.
Decrease to full throttle.
They're coming around.
Where are you?
It's just funny to imagine like you've got a Star Destroyer that's got like one turbo laser left and you're just pounding fire into the side, and
Scratch one.
Hold on. Decrease to full throttle.
it would be cool to have like
I'll try and draw their fire.
procedurally generated ship destruction.
Get him off me.
I'm getting torn apart.
Hold on. Rendezvous at Mark 6.1.
So like if you
Can't shake 'em.
do most of your fire here, maybe it breaks here or something. I don't know.
I'll try and draw their fire.
Enemy
Swing
fire
around.
on me.
Rendezvous at full throttle. 6.1. I'll try and draw their fire.
I love the end of the battle where your big ships are just moving in and
I'm in range.
just like crushing the little ones, and
Hold on. I'm in range.
Roger that.
Attack
Enemy
formation.
fire.
Enemy unit disabled. Try not to let one on your tail.
Enemy fighters
I'm in range.
incoming.
Attack formation. Go around for another pass. Behind me.
just get rid of these guys.
Excellent shot. Try not to let one on your tail. Attack formation. Full throttle.
Too many streams, not enough screens.
Stay in attack formation.
Seems like the lag is better, eh guys?
Stay in attack formation. Switch pattern. Hold on. Watch your six.
Yeah, I'm curious to hear what you guys thought of our ideas.
That's got him.
If we did make that game, whether you think it'd be possible, which features you like, which features you don't like, what you would add.
I've got him lined up.
For another pass? Should we go around for another pass?
Getting a lock.
We are victorious.
Hey Luke, so downloading Thrawn's Revenge and Clone Wars right now? Awesome. Okay, well if it gets bad again, I'll just restart the stream. No big deal. See if we can find... No, we do not intend to include ground combat.
We're on the move.
We don't have the resources to make... Fuck. To make 3 games in one. I knew this was coming. Damn it. Let's see. We've got 3 walkers, 3 artillery. Ugh, that's too much for us to take down. Sins doesn't have good space battles though. Like that's my main problem with Sins. Like the tactics aren't. I just don't find them very.
We've secured a build
Yes.
pad.
I just don't find Sins to be very a satisfying game to play.
over.
Oh.
On it, sir.
Plus, I'd like to sell it and make it our own.
We've lost a build pad.
P4P mobile.
I'm here, sir.
Turret constructing.
Ready.
Cruel AI is on. Like, I think Sins is a really boring game. I like it, and I like playing a mod for like
Ready to go.
a few hours, but I
Boarding in. Got
just
it.
find it to be boring.
Ready to roll. Inbound. Ready.
Roger that.
Construction complete.
Hey, guys.
We've secured a build pad.
Like, Sins is good, but like, I don't want to, like, I'm not trying to play resource management all the time. Like, I want fairly complex fleet battles. Shit, I didn't realize there's...
Turret has been sold. We've lost a build pad. Unit destroyed.
I copy.
Oh shit, we should rush and get that one. I didn't realize.
Turret constructed.
Reporting. Moving out.
Destroyed.
Here,
Ready for orders.
go kill that.
We've secured a build pad. We've secured a build pad. Unit destroyed.
Yes, sir. Heading out.
It wouldn't be realistic. I think low poly
Yes,
might be a good
Commander.
option.
Yes, sir.
Jesus.
Roger.
Damn it, man. Alright, let's move these tanks onto that artillery.
Construction complete.
Ready. Right away.
We have anybody going for that? Yes. Oh, you can go around too, so I'm gonna have to be careful.
Yes.
Turret constructed.
Shit, wrong one.
I'm here,
We've
sir.
secured a build
Moving
pad.
ahead. All of us.
Can you kill it, please?
Unit
Engaging
destroyed.
target. Spearheading us up.
Unit destroyed. Construction complete.
Defense assault.
Destroyed.
Awaiting orders.
Go, move. Jesus, move. Get close within out of its range. You fudging idiots.
We've secured a landing zone.
Doesn't look like how many you fit in cannon. I kind of already answered that. Like, it depends. You really take it on a case-by-case basis. So, like, Thrawn Trilogy, not gonna work. Mara Jade as a character
Attack.
can work sometimes. As an Emperor's Hand, sure. As wife to Luke, obviously not.
Yes, Commander.
So it's kind of hard to make blanket statements like that. Although I do like the question. Oh, fuck off, Swamp Speeders. Come on, don't hit me with that shit, dude.
Turret
Affirmative.
constructed.
Heading out, sir. Reporting in. Ready to roll. Roger that.
I didn't realize you couldn't build reinforcement points as a
Factory destroyed.
friendly.
Fall out, troops. Ready.
Construction complete.
Awaiting orders. Swamp speeder reporting.
Turret constructed. Unit
I don't know anything about Project Maverick, unfortunately. I think it's probably a space fighter game,
Weapons loaded.
which will be cool. Other than that, I'm in the dark. Oh shit, we got boys coming in back way.
Yes, Commander. Moving. I copy.
unit destroyed.
Reporting. Yes, sir. Let's go.
Alright, we gotta defend
Unit
this shit over here.
destroyed. We've secured an abandoned sensor.
Nice.
Yes, Commander. Ready.
Here, let's fall back and capture that. We really gotta get this base fixed up. Do AA here.
Yes.
We've
Yeah.
secured a build pad.
Like, it's crazy that we've gotten so much out of
Unit destroyed.
a game from 2003, but imagine even if they didn't change a whole lot fundamentally about Empire War,
Affirmative.
what they could get out of a new game.
Reporting in.
Constructing.
It's crazy.
Ready for command, sir.
I just have to...
Course set.
Hey, Corey.
Bombardment is ready.
Construction complete.
Corey, you want to hop in chat? I was just talking about our... Okay, so the arrows are fine. Just a second, guys. What up, slug bug? Well, I'm in chat with Corey. I've heard that it's a Starfighter game. Not for anyone within EA, but how's it going?
I
Waiting
am
your orders.
salty as fuck.
Why?
Construction complete.
I
Ready to roll.
streamed base game for 6 hours straight, and I'm not even gonna bother posting the recordings because I just got frustrated about an hour and a half in. Tried to rush my way through it, and by the
Roger
end, fucking rebel raids and everything. It was
We've secured
Warm up.
a build pad.
Yeah.
Turret constructing.
That's like kind of, well, you were even playing the consortium too, so like you weren't even dealing with the most annoying faction.
Turret
Roger that.
constructing.
but MPTLs,
Changing
Marauders, raid, all annoying.
So the issue I was having, Corey, is I killed Thrawn and all the other Empire heroes showed up except for Palpatine.
For the
That is
Alliance.
weird.
Yeah.
Copy. I copy.
Well,
Well,
Form up.
did you kill him and then immediately the other one showed up?
Yes.
Or did you wait because there is a period between Palpatine, or between Thrawn's death and the next era.
that's kind of weird because the other heroes showed up immediately.
Yeah, they might be set to spawn directly on his death, but the actual era change is
Okay.
a waiting period.
Copy. Assaulted.
It's kind of weird too because I got MC90s as well. Weird. Oh well. I didn't load that save anyway. I kept going. Oh, these guys are stuck. We have
I copy. Course plotted.
talking a little bit about our game, Corey.
Were you?
Yeah, just
I mean, I think it's kind of
Yes,
weird to
Commander.
talk about
Can do.
Charlie's weird simulator for.
no, not that one. The one that's not finished yet
Oh, okay.
or hasn't been started on yet.
Pad.
Corey needs to be louder. Okay.
We've
Tell me if that helps,
secured
guys.
I might have just been
build pad.
far away. I don't know if this is
Turret
actually better. Or...
constructing. Turret
It's not
constructing.
worse.
Yes. Right.
How many AT-ATs do they have left? One incel right there.
I'm here, sir.
How'd the stream do though? I saw you were doing it on Twitch.
Armor standing by.
Construction
It did about what I usually get for my Empire War recording, but
I've got it
it
in my sight.
usually I get a recording out of it. So I'm sure I'll make like 6 cents in fucking Twitch ad rev, but
Yeah, I did watch your ad, so you're welcome.
Armor ready.
so all from you.
I didn't know they had ads for non-partners now.
And it's charged. We're right behind you.
They started doing it for affiliates recently.
Thank you, Ty Shingleton. Hey, X, split this with Corey for me. Yes,
thank you,
absolutely.
Ty.
I will. Appreciate it. That's your second donation too. Appreciate it, man.
Split this with Corey for me.
Actually, we actually defended that. Nice. Let me turn the music down a bit. That might help. Chrome, I'll turn that down. That should help a bit.
I just saw what Dana put in Beer. Marmar's pick.
Oh wait, hold on. I didn't see that. Let me see this. I missed that. That's funny.
system lost.
Oh, nothing. It was just you're just quoting the Zool thing. Murmur.
Incoming!
So yeah, are you excited about the potential of possibly working on a game, Corey?
It sounds like it's gonna be what I've been doing, but more work.
Perfect.
Let's move out.
I hope it actually happens because now I'm all excited about it.
Ready for your next command.
What would your like must-have features be for like a game like that? Like what would be your design philosophy?
I would like really long loading screens, microtransactions, and ads everywhere.
Like one on your tail.
Sweet. Okay.
Charged.
The enemy has been
I'd like some sort of like decent 4x elements to it on the galactic level.
How do you think you'd want to do it? Like one seamless thing, or
No, I wouldn't want to do it the Sin style, because
Yeah, I
that
agree.
means that combat has to be slightly less involved tactically, even if like
yeah, I agree.
like fleet, like that's when you're leaning more into fleet comp and maybe like large scale ability usage, but not quite as
Totally.
big on ship positioning.
Beginning construction. Beginning construction.
We got more guys coming. Yeah, I think like Empire at War, we were kind of talking about this earlier. I think Empire at War like is almost a good mix. But like if you had a newer game, I'm sure you could like because I think the issue is like how do you not overwhelm players and like find the mix between like having a lot of ships and a lot of action and like a lot of control over each ship. Because like I think like Sins has a lot of ships, but you don't have much control over what they actually do besides, you know, sending them. And then like what's it called? The Warhammer has like a lot of control over each ship, but then you have like 10 ships on the battlefield at the most. It's like I think you could like have even battles slightly larger than like in Thrawn's Revenge without overwhelming the player, you know what I mean? And giving them extra abilities.
Yeah, I think part of the concern is just performance at that point too. Especially if you're trying to have like deeper control over the units and deeper systems behind it.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that. I just know what you can run with Empire at War, which is an old ass game, but if there's more like complexity, I guess. What's coming here?
Battle imminent.
Oh. Like how many ships do you think would be your like is like the sweet spot? Or like I guess large ships. Like do you think you nail it with like Thrawn's Revenge? Is that something you'd want to?
I mean, I think the basis of like 10 Star Destroyer as what we bounce around, I think that works pretty well for us at least.
Yeah.
Because it means you can have like an SSD type ship and still have support ships, but you can have small ships be small without making it be like 6 trillion.
Yeah,
Then
that
if
makes
you're
sense.
spamming the smallest thing, then it's like 300 at most.
A-Wing squadron reporting.
That makes sense. Just like it's hard to think about things and like not have it be Star Wars, you know what I mean? Like but it's also kind of nice because there's like a lot of, you know, you can remove things. Like I don't care about tractor beams, for example. So like I don't know if like a game would need to have tractor beams in it, or you could have like different weapon types and stuff that you just can't do in Star Wars.
Yeah, the nice thing is being free to kind of do whatever we want.
Watch your six.
Repurpose what you like or drop it or add things that aren't there at all.
Squad, I need help.
And it's all going to be brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends.
Well, instead, our videos will be sponsored by... Well, first the game would be sponsored by our videos, but then the videos would be sponsored by...
Yeah, I was thinking it'd be cool because like that would give us an excuse to do like, you know, a 12-hour development funding live stream every month.
Oh, God.
Or every few months or whatever.
Switch pattern.
The good thing is we wouldn't all need to be there for each one. We could just have Charlie do it. I was thinking too, it would give me another reason to spend a whole lot of money to commission someone like Howie to do like another big 3D animation for me. And then
They're falling back.
like I imagine like a super indie game would be really happy to get 2.5 million views on their trailer or whatever.
Yeah.
Plus, I'm a sellout, so I'd be selling that shit every video.
They're falling back.
Plus, I'm a sellout, so I'd be selling that shit every video. Plus, I'm a sellout, so I'd be selling that shit every video. Plus, I'm a sellout, so I'd be selling that shit every video. Plus, I'm a sellout, so I'd be selling that shit every video. Plus, I'm a sellout, so I'd be selling that shit every video. Plus, I'm a sellout, so I'd be selling that shit every video. Plus, I'm a sellout, so I'd be selling that shit every video. Plus, I'm a sellout, so I'd be selling that shit every video. Plus, I'm a sellout, so I'd be selling that shit every video. Plus, I'm a sellout, so I'd be selling that shit every video. Plus, I'm a sellout, so I'd be selling that shit every video. Plus, I'm a sellout, so I'd be selling that shit every video. Plus, I'm a sellout, so I'd be selling that shit every video. Plus, I'm a sellout, so I'd be selling that shit every video. Plus, I'm a sellout, so I'd be selling that
Just it'll give you a second clip to use in the background of videos too. That's
Yeah, true. Yeah, kind of ran out.
I'm so annoyed that that was supposed to be recording for a week. Now it's gone.
That sucks.
Maybe I'll still post it and then just not the last few episodes and start back from the end.
Dude, why base game Force of Corruption is, or why unmodded Force of Corruption is terrible.
No, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, no, I know.
Enemy forces ahead.
It would be nice though if we could get drunk, not only to selfishly make money and have funds, but also, or to have fun, but also to raise money.
I copy.
Just joking. Maybe you wouldn't want to be drunk on a.
I mean, if we just program the game while we're drunk, we'll only know how it works while we're drunk.
Starting our attack run.
Reporting.
Can you imagine the IGN articles?
Roger that. Form up.
The game made by a bunch of drunk losers.
Awaiting orders.
Doesn't even run.
Mon calamari cruiser ready.
Stay in attack formation. Target's coming in fast. Stay in attack formation. Try not to let one on your tail.
Ready for command.
All one. Reporting for duty.
What I've been like thinking about is whether I like or dislike how this game handles like bringing ships into battle.
Try not to let one on your tail.
Hyperspace?
No, just like how like the Pathfinder
Tail. Swinging around.
idea, like you being able to precisely call in, like, you know what I mean?
Stay in attack formation.
But I guess it kind of works.
Decrease to full throttle. Stay in attack formation.
Yeah, if you don't do that, you have to be really careful with how you design the battle so that you avoid the
I'm losing power.
thing where
Shit,
you're
I'm gonna
like
lose Grand Admiral
trudging towards a station.
Yeah. I also don't like it in games where like, I don't know. I find it's like too much of a chess match early on too, because you like if you get one ship at a position, it's just like not fun.
Should we go around front of the path? Decrease to full throttle.
I'm gonna lose Grand Admiral. God damn it! Forgot he was in a dreadnought.
Rendezvous at Coruscant.
Well, there goes a good ground hero.
Try not to let one on your tail. Decrease to full throttle.
No, he's base only.
Oh, okay.
In range.
I've got him lined up.
What command tier is he? Do you know?
Where's our cover?
0 now, but
Yeah, he's a smudge now, but
Watch your six. I've got a fix. Try not to let one on your tail.
Awaiting
Where'd he
orders.
come from?
Target's coming in fast. Watch your six.
Reporting
Losing power.
honestly, I just think like having the TIE fighter style energy slider between like shield, engines, and guns would be like that alone would be a pretty cool addition.
Focus fire on the engines.
Direct fire
Yeah.
on the engine.
You'd have to have like some sort of cooldown, obviously, so like be kind of a risk. Like you want to try to zoom behind the enemy ships with your guns blazing, then like you better be cool with not having much in the way of shields for a few minutes or 40 seconds or however many, whatever. You know. Rest in peace.
it'd be nice to have a shielding system that isn't just like giant pool of health that is either up or not, like more.
Yeah, that's why I
more
would kind of like
localized
the
breaking in, but
or even like the directional shielding. So like if you have like the good thing about that too is it would make like fast capital ships like a assault frigate would be a lot more useful if you could get around a Star Destroyer that had its shields at the front and do damage on the flank or whatever. I also like the idea of hard points, but like having to destroy every hard point to kill a ship is kind of dumb. Like it'd be nice if like that, like if you're just firing like that 2 or 3 seconds you spend firing at a ship's hull after the hard point is destroyed should still like do ship damage. Maybe it's like the ship damage is equivalent to like 85% of hard points or something or whatever. I don't know. Or like the damage you would get from destroying 85% of hard points. You know what I mean? If that would even be a mechanic, I don't know.
Tactical battle.
Well, you can also have like subsystems without it being the whole ship.
Oh yeah, that would be cool.
We've located the enemy.
But that kind of takes in the opposite direction. But you'd then be able to have fewer subsystems and then the overall.
Choose your
Yeah.
reinforcements.
Just like front weapons or whatever, or
Mhm.
you can even have that and like a ship health system too. Like that way, like if you're in a position where you just can't hit the front of the ship, you should still be able to destroy them by like, you know, cracking away at the back of it.
Moving into position. Affirmative. Order confirmed. I copy. Destroy their shield generators. Ready for your next command. Yes!
That's got him.
Enemy unit disabled.
Reporting. Our target priority
Rendezvous
is
at Mark.
And I'm happy to announce this imaginary game will be coming out exclusively on the Windows Marketplace.
Stay in attack formation. I've got formation.
Nowhere else.
I'll try and draw their fire.
Running out of maneuver.
That's it.
Increase to full
Scratch
throttle.
one.
Enemy fighters on
I'll try and draw their fire.
all power to shields.
That's got him.
Decrease to full throttle. Decrease to full throttle. Attack formation.
They're coming around.
Yeah, the shielding system in Empire War is definitely one of the like more boring aspects. It'd be cool if you could do something more interesting,
Stay in attack formation. Watch your six.
like breaking the front shield or whatever, or localized shielding, like you said.
I've got a big attack formation.
Torn apart.
Stay in attack formation.
Cruiser standing
No
by.
good. I can't maneuver. Decrease to full throttle.
Did I just lose a? Or yes, I think I just lost a MC40.
Stabilize. I need help here.
Responding.
I'm under attack.
Loosen up. Rendezvous at Mark. Point 1.
I'm hit.
Hyperspace bumper cars.
Squad, I need
Stay in attack.
Thank you for the donation, Missile Assassin.
We got them on the run. Decrease to full throttle formation. Stay in attack formation.
Shoot him down.
Swinging around.
Where's our
I'm in
cover?
range.
Where'd he come from?
I'm in range. I'm losing ground on your tail. Decrease to full throttle.
Happy to announce this game will be coming out only on the Zune. That's right, the Zune. Oh, nice. I've finally got a Star Destroyer, Corey. Booster. I don't know.
It's not the one. The good news is we think we know why boarding wasn't working.
Oh, sweet.
The bad news is that it won't, like, the fix would probably be save compatible and that it won't break saves, but it wouldn't make boarding work in saves that are ongoing.
That's fine with me.
Petroglyph seems to have been deleting data that ends up being needed.
Really?
So-
Like recently?
No, the just the way the scripting works in Empire at War, it was there was some data gets passed back and forth that we were relying on still being there, and there were cleanup functions that were
Constructing unit.
getting rid of it sometimes.
That sounds fun. What's your favorite single pilot ship? I'm torn between the TIE Defender and the A-Wing. Do you have an answer for that, Corey? Also, thank you, Luke, for the donation.
The Radis.
Fair enough.
Any ship's a single pilot ship if you try hard enough.
Vehicle in production.
Yeah. I was gonna say like the Millennium Falcon, because you could technically fly that poorly with one person. Also, you guys can't get mad at us if we don't end up actually making a game. We're just talking.
So we're actually guaranteeing right now we will have a game in your hands by January 2021.
Or else Charlie will shave his head. We're sorry. That's what we'll promise.
Vehicle
It'll be the next Star Citizen, which if it releases would make it the first Star Citizen.
Yeah. Try to not get feature bloated, I guess. That's why I think going for something just doable, simple, that works well. Yeah.
Constructing unit.
Melda said, so if you were to make a mod of Universe at War, what type of mod would you make? I've known nothing about Universe at War. Do you know what kind of Universe at War mod would you make, Corey?
Star Wars mod.
There it is.
Ban people on Mark's server.
Why?
Someone tagging everyone.
Please don't do that. Please don't tag.
Moving out.
Tactical battle imminent.
Trying to find Thrawny boy here. He's MIA.
Tactical battle imminent.
Ooh. 168 versus 423.
There's actually some really cool stuff in Universe at War. The walkers were really
There
cool.
they are.
How come you never tried modding it?
Couldn't really ever tried playing it.
Fair enough.
Like, it's Empire at War, but
Choose
without
reinforcements.
most of the Galactic Conquest level stuff and none of the space level, with some somewhat better but still ground battles. Plus, you need to know how to do a bunch of animation and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Setting course.
It was released, like, Sega was the publisher, and it was on Games for Windows Live, which that was...
All right, is that
You
the game that's
basically can't
completely
play.
missing now?
Acknowledged.
Probably a good reason not to mod it then.
That
We're heading out.
when I wanted to play it in December, I had to order an Xbox 360 copy and
Wow.
streamed it from there.
Awaiting orders.
You ain't never seen 4 MC8 or MC80 home ones before, have you, Corey?
That's it?
Stay in
Scratch
attack
one.
formation.
Well, yes, I have.
Okay.
I'm
Sure.
in range. I'm in range. Increase to full
Weapons
throttle.
charged. That's it? Scratch
Stay
one.
in attack formation. Stay in attack
That's
formation.
it? Scratch one.
Enemy unit disabled.
Oof, we lost a ship.
Increase to full
We
throttle.
lost a ship.
All out.
I'm in range. I'm in range. Swinging around.
Can't believe they made an Xbox 360 version of it.
Hold on.
That's pretty gangster.
Counter engines. Moving to
I'm in
your
range.
coordinates.
That's got him.
Trooping ready.
Stay in attack
All
formation.
right,
Under fire.
waiting for duty.
I've got a fix. Stay in attack
Awaiting
formation.
orders.
The home one's longer than it
was
used to be,
actually
right?
not bad.
One on your
Sorry.
tail. Full throttle. Watch your
It's actually not a bad console port.
Did you record that?
scanner contact. Right now, let one on your tail.
Yeah, I did a stream of it, but
Attack formation.
Got one.
No good.
I never continued on with it.
Scratch one. Frequency open.
Stay in
I
attack
should have,
formation.
but
For duty, sir.
it did pretty decently too.
Rendezvous at Mark Pattern, point one. Watch your step.
Especially for the time that I did it, when it was like everything was just starting to grow for me,
Mhm.
Power. Enemy unit
and
disabled.
they got a couple thousand views from the live stream. So
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Stay in attack formation. Increase to full throttle. Should we go around for another pass?
Ready for action.
Stay in attack formation. Should we go around for another pass? They're falling back.
Running out of maneuvers. Ready for your next command.
Mm,
Home one, reporting for duty. All weapons, fire.
Should we go around for another pass? Enemy unit disabled. I'm in range. Attack
Focus
formation.
fire on the ready.
Increase to full throttle. Rendezvous at Mark.
I killed like the entire I killed like Jarek and what's her name? The Dark Jedi, all of them in space. It was very pleasing.
that's her name.
Yeah.
Leading Star Wars lore YouTuber Eckhart's Ladder doesn't know about Sarah.
Yeah. You could say that. Oh, I found Thrawn. He's at Bilbringy.
Don't like those noises. Don't like those noises.
The enemy is approaching.
I mean, it's the right place for him to be.
Oof. Alright, we're just gonna
Choose
outmuscle him.
reinforcements.
Akbar likes this.
Traveling now.
Akbar is moister than usual, ladies and gentlemen. I repeat,
Will be in
moister than usual.
He's usually pretty moist.
Yeah. So imagine how moist he must be now.
Coming around. Setting course.
Really makes you think, doesn't it?
Let's move out.
There's a joke I want to make, but I don't have the proper structure for it right now.
Can
I
you
don't
just-
really want to say it.
Please make the joke.
Orders received.
I think what I'm gonna say.
You're gonna save that for a rainy day.
We've lost the primary drive system.
There's something about how wet winter is versus that. It's not worth the effort.
Yeah.
Weapons.
Akbar's more moist than his first visit to see Anakin.
Confirmed. Awaiting orders.
Because I find that really hard to believe.
Cancelled.
That's got him. On my way.
Rendezvous at Mark 6.1.
Thrawn's rushing Akbar's command ship.
Roger that.
I've got a problem.
Right away.
Got one.
He's got an ant in his pants.
Enemy unit disabled.
About to have multiple. I guess ants is multiple. Even more.
On your tail. Go around for another pass. Stay in attack.
Operational.
Rendezvous.
Weapons
Full
armed.
throttle. Point one.
Targeting at maximum fire. Moving into position.
I'm in range.
That's got him. I am with you.
Hold on.
You will die.
Primary drive system is down. Yes, Commander.
Wow.
Watch your six. Watch your six.
They have disabled our laser.
He's taking damage.
Beware of traps.
His shield's down.
Waiting orders.
I knew you would say that.
Point one. Stay in attack formation.
I've studied your Empire at War gameplay.
Watch your six.
It sucks.
Watch your six. Should we go around for another pass? Got one. Should we go around for another pass?
You've learned at the knee of Charlie himself.
You didn't even take advantage of Charlie's inability to understand colors. Then when Thrawn like fights those beings who like, I forget when he fights those 5 assault frigates or whatever, and I forget what he takes advantage of there.
3-2 full throttle. 3-2 full throttle.
Some shit.
Pattern. Stay in attack formation.
What he doesn't take advantage of, though,
What?
because he respects consent.
On my way.
Healthy, disgusting relationship.
On
Try not to
calamari.
let one on your tail.
On calamari.
As if he wouldn't have got consent.
Assault frigate here. Standing by. We're almost there.
Try not to let one on your tail.
Georgia, don't like you.
Throttle. Hold on.
You're not my friend.
Go around for another pass. Go around for another pass. Try not to let one on your tail.
Georgia's a pansy. Ha, 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 ha.
Enemy unit disabled.
Oh shit.
What do you suggest?
Stay in attack
They
formation.
came from behind. I completely forgot there was pirates coming.
Ready.
Oh no.
Right away.
That's a lot of raiders.
Yeah. Siensov is taking the brunt of that. Let's see if we can get him out of there. That's not super cool. And he's gonna die.
Try not to let one on your
Great.
tail. Pattern.
I don't remember this in the last command, but okay. And I guess it's Bill Bringy, so
Point one. Try not to let one
This
on
is
your tail.
literally like
yeah, I guess this is actually literally what happened during the last command, so
Got my approach vector.
damn. Helen Card and the Smugglers Alliance be looking kind of different though.
I've got him lined up.
cryptic license.
Rendezvous at Mark 6.1.
To kill.
Go around for another pass.
Awaiting orders.
Well,
I've got a fancy license.
that sucks. Isn't Siensov a level 2 commander?
Formation.
Form up.
Countering resistance.
Pretty decent. I don't think he's level 2.
They just hit that Star Destroyer with a hypervelocity gun. Thank you.
Target. Confirmed.
Brothers in arms now, I guess.
Stay in attack formation. Stay in attack formation.
Except for Bringy.
Hold on.
Teaming up to take on the evil Ariadu Authority.
Yeah.
Got one.
Just like in the truce at back row.
I'm in range. 3-2 full throttle.
There's more than one Carrick in this half of the galaxy.
I'm in range. Should we go around for another pass?
I am with you.
Should we go around for another
One of the Empire's most mightily garrisoned worlds. It had 3 ships. 3!
Waiting orders. Ready for your next command. Target
Stay in attack formation. Hold on.
Well, we killed Thrawn. GG. Hopefully it's not a problem because I killed him in less than there wasn't that 5-week window. Should be. Hopefully it's
Should we
okay.
go around for another pass? Switch pattern. Stay in attack formation. I'm in range.
Moving there now, sir.
It'll get better.
Can't shake him.
Uh-oh, it's not ending the battle.
Got one.
Really wants me to kill these 2 fighters, or these 3 fighters, I guess.
Enemy
Here we
has
go.
been defeated.
Hooray! Rest in peace, Dooflaps. Okay, they didn't spawn this time, I don't think, so that's probably good news. Let's see if I got... Let me just go ahead and save as well. New Republic Thrawn dead. That's what this save's called.
Right now that you've committed such a horrible murder on the stream,
Yes.
I don't know. I just don't know where to go from there. I think I might need to go get dinner because I've been sitting here for a long time.
Yeah, it wasn't like a 6-hour stream?
It was a 6-hour stream.
Yeah, not an epic amount of time to go without food.
You have fun, and I'm leaving before something breaks.
We should figure out what we're doing for TapCaf. After TapCaf, I mean. And whether it
Halo?
involves booze or not.
I'll have a chance to get booze, but I did buy pineapple juice today.
You say you won't have a chance to?
Might not.
Okay.
It depends on how much I'm able to get done tonight and tomorrow.
Okay. We'll touch base tomorrow. That's what adults say. Touch base. Hey, before we go, before we go do drinking games professionally, let's touch base.
Construction complete.
Sounds like what Akbar Winter would say.
Hey, there's ships over Abyss. Is that bad?
Tactical
No,
battle
Okay.
imminent.
it's fine.
Oh, I found Jorus Sabayoth in orbit. Very nice.
Actually, that means the Orido Authority retreated there at some point. It shouldn't stop anything from spawning. It just means that there's stuff there.
The
Okay.
enemy has been spotted.
But yeah, have fun. Don't touch any bases without figuring out where they've been.
Frigate standing by. Copy.
All right, Corey. Well, what are you eating? You were talking about getting
On enemy.
I made some sad chicken strips for lunch though before I streamed.
Yeah, that's not as good as Wendy's.
Y-wing standing
Or was it
by.
It was gonna be
A&W,
A&W,
yeah.
but
Starting my run.
I just don't want chicken strips twice in a day. That seems like a bit much.
You're an adult though. It'd be I don't know. I could eat chicken strips twice a day, no problem.
Right. Back is it's also 11. I don't know if anything's open.
Yes, sir.
Good point.
Yes,
So maybe I'll get stuff tomorrow, but I do have a bunch of steaks in my fridge, and I can make a steak.
That'd be good. That'd be a very adult thing to do.
Also, kind of just thinking chocolate milk in a bagel.
That'd be a very Charlie thing to do.
I'll say that.
All right, you should go because I'm gonna keep saying stupid shit and it's gonna.
I copy.
I don't know.
See ya.
See ya.
Imperial forces.
attack.
Who is that? Oh, Drost. I like from Wendy's. I actually really like the snack wraps. Wendy's has good snack wraps, especially now that McDonald's have gone to shit. It's disgraceful. Sorry, I get passionate about it. Sorry, but it is. It really is disgraceful what McDonald's has done to their snack wraps.
Setting course.
Tactical battle imminent.
Okay, I gotta do something. We've been killing fleets, but they're...
Lost.
Bro, how? Do we have nothing on Naboo? Fuck's sakes. Okay, we got to make a concerted effort. I'm pulling these ships out of the core.
System lost.
For fuck's sakes, we just lost 2.
Setting course.
Get me out. Get me out. I want out. I want out. I want out.
Tactical battle imminent.
Enemy unit sighted.
The mediator is coming, I believe. Oof. Oh, it's because I'm speedy. It's a nice ship model.
Preparing for jump to light speed.
Yeah, the mediator, it's not ready yet, but I believe it's coming. Alright, if these ships are coming, I can spare a I'm really annoyed I lost those 2 planets. Thought I had a force station there, but I guess not. Alright.
Move to that location.
Enlisting.
Alright, let's get some things built. Which one of these planets has factories?
Constructing unit.
God damn, they're going to Chardon now? At least that one's pretty, well, it's got turbo lasers and stuff at least.
Vehicle in production.
Reporting.
Trying to find out, where are my real ground units? Okay, I got some there. Did I just lose most of them? Are they over here somewhere? Yes, okay. Ooh, yikes. What a mess. What a mess. Rebel Dream and Rebel Stand. Those are good ones. I like most NJO.
Tactical battle imminent.
Thrawn is dead, yes. Messaging Arnold right now.
Choose your reinforcement.
Rhino, when you delete one of Marmar's comments, you guys have a lover's quarrel about it later.
Forward.
Moving ahead.
Ready. Awaiting orders. Ready for your
I'll be excited when the Vong come.
reporting. Setting course.
Try not to let one on your tail. Watch your 6.
I think everyone loves Star by Star. It's a great book.
We've got them on the run. Hold on. Should we go around for another pass?
We could do a charity. I don't know if we do a charity for Black Lives Matter and specifically. Just we could do something though. Honestly, we don't have time for a charity stream right now, but it's a good idea. Yeah, it's nice that NJO has had a bit of resurgence in popularity, I would say. It was definitely the bastard child for a while.
Vehicle in production.
I'll think of some way to do it. I mean, one of these has fighters, right? Orbital bombard. Oh yeah, I've got a carrier right there. All right, let's get some units over. We should just be able to jump down and take Sanford, I think.
Invasion commencing.
Yeah, NJO's new Jedi Order.
Choose your
Well,
reinforcements.
hopefully it's just that one unit like it looked like, because I've got like nothing here.
Transport ready.
I'm just gonna leave one, so hopefully, I guess I could build this.
Building under construction.
Ready.
Ready to roll.
Construction complete.
Roger that. Form up. Awaiting orders.
Copy.
Ready.
I thought for a second that was a bug and they were gonna come forever. This is probably the only units they have right here. Get them out, get them out.
I copy. Thrawn, advance for the rebellion. Reporting. Forward.
Bombing run available.
Really? Shit.
Base is
There
under attack.
they are.
Moving out.
Avoiding fire.
Reporting in.
God damn it.
On my way.
Here, hold on.
They're falling back.
Oh, it's easy enough. Sorry, Immobilizer. Post your question again and I'll try to answer it. It takes a few weeks to era progress from Thrawn to Dark Empire. Corey was saying, which I did notice that before. I mean I have noticed that before.
Reporting. Move to that location.
All right, let's get Naboo back. Glomtho, we gotta fix this shit. My bad for letting it get out of hand here. I answered that, Immobilizer. I said the Yuuzhan Vong.
Mon calamari cruiser ready.
Thank you, Rhino.
Engines at full.
T4B ready.
Tactical battle imminent.
Building under construction.
The Vong will eventually attack in the mod. Right now, they don't, but they will eventually. They're not in the mod yet, but that's a planned feature.
Choose your reinforcements.
Setting course.
The enemy has been defeated.
Clock Akbar's moist cheeks with the world ship. That's funny. That is funny. His cheeks do be pretty moist.
Constructing unit.
I mean, I assume. Marmar probably knows the specific lore around that.
Unit in production.
I was pretty excited too, although with Corey in these announcements, you can never be sure whether they're real or not.
Mission commencing.
Man, I don't know if you guys can hear my back and neck crack there. I'm going to do a video tonight, I think, on how to
Right away.
play the early stages of Empire at War. I think it'll be a cool video.
At maximum unit
Shit, I meant to
capacity.
call in. Whatever. Should be good, actually. Yeah, this is a random map where the Naboo attack you.
T4B ready.
I tend to just auto-resolve this.
We've got them on the
Nice.
run.
Hooray!
System conquered.
Alright. So that wasn't too much of a hassle to... The mod's easy to download. You just gotta get Empire at War on Steam, and then you just subscribe to the mod. Super easy.
Vehicle in
You just look it
production.
up on the workshop. Bam, bing, bam, boom. Bing, bam, boom.
Vehicle in production.
SSD. You don't have anybody close who can respond, really. we not building ships at Mon Calamari?
Constructing unit.
Shaking my goddamn head. I would love to go with this big ass fleet in the north and just crush this Toydarian fleet. I think they're trying to come for Nalhutta. You Nalhutta, you way out of my
Under
face.
construction.
Yeah, I know. Auto resolve didn't just screw me over. I was like, yeah, we might get screwed over, and we didn't, which is nice.
Underway.
Oh, I hope this is ground units. Please let this be ground units. Please be ground units.
Tactical battle imminent.
Corey did a video on how to build an Empire War computer. What you want is a good... I mean, listen, Empire War came out in 2006? 2004? I can't remember. No, it's not Cisco. Or over there, maybe. So...
Cruiser standing by.
Yeah.
Our
What you
target
need, though, is
priority.
a computer with a good single-core processor.
Yes, Commander. Imperial spotted.
Awaiting orders.
But yeah, Corey did a video on it.
Ready for command.
Yeah, Wii compatibility is going to be key for our game.
Focus fire on those lasers.
Yeah, get a Windows machine.
Transfer all power to
Watch your
shield.
six. Try not to let one on your tail.
Keep your eyes open. Keep your eyes open.
Ah, look out! Enemy unit disabled.
Well, you don't need really just individual core performance, I guess, is
I can't take another
what
hit
you need.
like that. Someone cover me. Enemy fighters on me.
Well, I'm glad you made it, T-Rex.
Enemy fighters incoming. I'm under attack.
Look out!
I can't stay out here.
Stabilize.
Yikes, bro, you just posted cringe.
Can anyone else see him?
Hold
Where
on.
are you? I can't take another hit
Immobilizer,
like that.
thanks for tuning in, buddy. We appreciate your presence.
I need to break off.
Someone
I need to
cover
break
me.
off.
Enemy fighters on me.
Scanner contact behind me.
Enemy fighters incoming.
It'll be how to start a galactic conquest, but for new players. Because I'm going to be covering some pretty basic strategies, like how to make choke points and stuff.
Cover me.
It will be compatible not with Donkey Kong combos, but with DJ Hero.
They're falling back.
We are victorious.
The turntables.
Retreat aborted.
Bro, you just posted Singe.
Construction complete.
That's funny.
Invasion commencing.
Oh, how the turntables. God.
Choose your reinforcements.
So let's just try to
I'm here,
rush
sir. Heading
these
out.
bases.
Yes, sir.
Building under construction.
We've secured
On my
a
way.
build pad.
Nice.
We've lost a build pad.
They're over here.
Construction complete.
Right away, sir.
We've secured a build pad.
Underway.
What are your orders? At your command.
Turret constructing.
Ready.
Come on.
We've secured
Oh,
a
yes. We
landing
got it.
zone.
Adjusting navicomputer.
Beauty. Unironically using Keck. Yikes.
Unit destroyed.
Awaiting orders. As you wish.
Unit
See,
destroyed.
those speeder transports kind of suck anyway. I've done a few in-depth law videos. I did one on Confederate separation. I did one on whether it was legal for the Jedi to try to apprehend Palpatine. The one on, I think, why the Confederacy couldn't just legally leave the Republic was probably my favorite one.
Target in range.
I thought that was a good video. 4chan is best social media. I too remember being 14.
Our base is under attack.
Main cannons charged. Reporting in. Heading out, sir. Ball
Honestly,
out.
most of B and 4chan is literally just pictures of people's gaping assholes.
Turret constructed.
Ready to roll.
Abandoned heavy factory. Oh, is that different heavy fact? Oh, it's inside a building.
Unit destroyed.
Roger that. Attack! Form up.
Open fire.
Form up. Fire! Open fire! Attack that target! Attacking target.
I know that's B. Again, I when I was a kid, or not a kid, when I was in high school, I spent lots of time on 4chan. I remember the you laugh, you lose threads. Those are pretty good. And I remember first time I catch an Empire at War stream. Thank you, Mr. Mustard. Appreciate the $20, buddy. Didn't you donate last night as well? Thank you.
Planetary control.
I've checked out poll before, but because I am not an edgy 15-year-old, the politics don't interest me.
First time able to catch an Empire at War.
I did like X. X was fun. That was a fun board. The spooky stories and stuff. Boarding shuttles are broken in this current version of the mod, but Corey just said, Corey, the lead mod dev, was just here and he said that they should be fixed soon, although it might not work for current saves. I'd love to kill this SSD. Oh, the Nightcaller. That's the one they steal in Wraith Squadron. I do remember Hunt the Truth, yeah. That was pretty cool. I'd love to kill... Let's see if we can kill Devira. Yikes. You will grow to your edgy 4chan phase, don't worry.
Moving into position. Frigate standing by.
Oh, we got ship construction still going at Mon Cala, that's nice. Let's build a couple of... I love these MC40s. We should try to take Jindine, probably. We could take Jindine, then we can hold Jindine, Chardon, Iphigin. And that would be a good planet for further expansion. Maybe I'll do that. Listen, I was on 4chan when fucking Ron Paul was the Donald Trump.
Tactical battle imminent.
People were fucking crazy for Ron Paul. Huh? Oh. I don't bother playing. I mean, the campaign's kind of fun, but I prefer modded Conquest. Rage faces, yeah, I don't remember. I remember those.
Enemy forces ahead.
Listen, the only difference about anyone who's enlightened from 4chan is that instead of parroting things they hear, the media, like they accuse everyone else doing, they parrot 4chan talking points.
Moving to your coordinates.
It's just different kind of media.
Will be that shortly. Setting course.
Ben Shapiro, still media. Just very short and not very good at doing anything but arguing or talking quickly and making it seem like a debate.
Try not to let one on your tail. They're falling back.
Take out that engine.
Okay, let's kill Tavira.
Take out the engines. Yes. Slow them down. Ready for your next command. Home 1, reporting for duty. Focus fire on their engines.
Bring that Trump 2020 shit somewhere else. You fucking Americans are pissing me off. Americans are all about their Second Amendment right, guns to protect against constitutional breaches.
Imminent.
Donald Trump literally fucking gassed protesters. No one gives a shit. Whole point of the Second Amendment is supposed to protect all the other ones. Shaking my goddamn head.
We've located the enemy.
Oh fuck. Where's the spawn? Oh, over there.
Awaiting orders.
Like you don't realize like Donald Trump fucking
Orders. Copy.
sorry, I'm just trying to concentrate a second.
Roger that. Form up.
Fucking Donald Trump literally had set the police on protesters because he wanted to photo op. Watch Legal Eagle's video about it if you don't believe me. Alright, that's all the politics for this stream, but if you're coming here to try to get Trump sympathy from me, you're not getting it.
Unit destroyed.
I am disappointed in my constitutionalist Americans, though, because we have a constitution in Canada that I think is very important, and I think that if a prime minister had violated the constitution and made so many, you know, fascist allegories and whatnot, like, did you see what he posted today? Basically saying that 75-year-old man was probably an Antifa member. Like, that's stage one for fucking painting citizens as political enemies. Like, this is basic shit. This is like, this is stuff they would teach you in Poli Science 101.
Unit destroyed.
Advance. Reporting. I'll follow your lead, sir.
Unit
Also, our constitution does support free speech. We just call it freedom of expression, and we actually protect it here. Any prime minister who tried to set the police on protesters in Canada would be brought up before the fucking Supreme Court. Well, probably not the Supreme Court, but they wouldn't get away with it. But yes, I've heard that from Americans a lot, actually. We don't have free speech in Canada when, like, it's literally part of our constitution as well. Just called freedom of expression. We don't ban any art. Again, no offense, but you Americans don't even know about your own constitution. I went to law school. I'm a lawyer. I did very well in constitutional law. You've maybe heard an article from Ben Shapiro or somebody, or Jordan Peterson lying about it. Yeah, we're gonna do another Joint Command series probably this week.
Acknowledged.
Unit destroyed. Unit secured.
Literally every country where citizens have been disarmed has failed. Okay.
I copy. Fire! T2B over. Forward! Right away.
Listen, Rhino, I actually feel like having a political stream.
T2B, copy. I copy. Reporting.
We actually have 2 constitutions in Canada.
Attack the target.
No, I do not practice now. I specialized in, it's called administrative law. It's basically how government agencies work.
Fire at will.
I changed my mind. It's my stream.
Armor standing by.
Listen, I have no problem with the United States Second Amendment.
Sir.
Well, I've got
Let's
some
move out.
problems with it, but
Let's go.
that wasn't my issue. My issue was if you're gonna
Armor ready.
use the amendment as an excuse to
Secured
protect
a landing
Ready
zone.
to roll.
your other constitutional rights, and then all these gun rights activists don't do shit when the president publicly denies people of their freedom of speech. I don't know. I think they probably just like guns more than anything.
System
Artillery online.
lost. Tactical battle.
I think it's safe to say you're on the far left. I haven't even said anything about my own politics. Americans also have such strange views of what's far left. Me saying that maybe Trump shouldn't routinely violate the Constitution isn't far left. When Trump unleashed the police on those protesters in front of on Pennsylvania Avenue, they weren't protesting violently at all. That was the whole point. There was like an Australian TV crew there.
Changing course to intercept.
2 of my grandfathers were Antifa agitators. One of them landed in Norway. That's funny. Like, you've got to look at, listen, you've got to look at how a politician, whether it's the president or anybody, how they speak, what kind of language they use. Do they go out of their way to try to target people who criticize them? That's very dangerous.
Awaiting orders.
Like, anytime the president or any politician, and you know what, we've had politicians in Canada do the same thing, anytime they start broadly labeling people who are against them as enemies, that is very scary.
Got one. Enemy unit disabled. Watcher 6.
Ready for your next command.
I'm in range.
Reporting.
Rendezvous at mark. Attack formation. 1.
Decrease to full throttle.
Formation.
Listen, guys, part of talking politics is being able to talk about people who have different opinions than you and who you can still like afterwards.
I'm in range. I'm in bad shape. Stay in
So
attack
I'm not
formation.
mad at you if you guys have different political beliefs than me. That's fine.
Awaiting orders.
However,
Ready for your
when you say something, especially something about people's lives, you've got to be able to back it up.
ready to commence.
I'm not ignoring everyone. The chat's just moving fast.
I'm in range.
Try not to let one on your tail.
We're too close.
Home one. Reporting for duty.
We may retreat from this. I don't really want to fight a Star Destroyer.
You calling for me, sir?
Awaiting orders.
I've lost engine 2.
Can't shake him.
Ready
push ahead.
for your next command.
I feel like they changed on a completely different note. I think they changed how frequently the enemy will retreat if you destroy them.
We've got them
But,
on the
oh, never mind. Maybe not.
Switch pattern. Attack formation. Decrease to full throttle.
That's got him.
I'm in range.
Try not to let one on your tail.
I do understand wanting to get an escape. I do sympathize with that position. Listen, Legal Eagle, 100%. One thing you guys have to understand about law is that
Choose your
they're like
reinforcements.
law almost never has clear facts. The only clear facts in law is what's written on paper, and even that usually isn't clear. If I say, for example, I'm trying to think of an example from when I was doing legal things, like if I say that this provision only comes into an account during a disaster, well, what constitutes a disaster? Is that, you know, only something weather related? So
Watch your six.
like there's very few pure facts in law.
Awaiting orders. Focus fire on the engines. Take out the engines.
I'm in range.
Especially in common law like we have in Canada. So, or in America, and well, there are some like Louisiana, I believe, has civil law, and Quebec does as well for some things. But basically, when you write a statute, or when you write a regulation, or when you write anything, even when you come down with a court decision, words have multiple meanings. There's always like
Constructing.
nuance in it. It's like that's why everything is legal tests, and then the tests get further and further refined and changed as time goes on. So like the Second Amendment, I don't know all the text because I'm not American, but I know part of it is well-regulated militia. So like, what does that mean? And people have been arguing about that for hundreds of years.
Tactical battle imminent.
What do I think about Trudeau's gun ban legally? Ooh, that's a tough one.
The enemy has been
Trudeau's
spotted.
gun ban, the issue is he did it basically as like the Canadian version of an executive order.
Choose your
I don't know enough about the legality of that. I know that in Canada the Prime Minister has a lot of power.
Reinforcements cancelled.
I really don't know enough to say to give an opinion on that, to be honest.
Watch your six.
It is scary. Okay, so listen, will criticize Trudeau a little bit, not as much as I will criticize Donald Trump, because I don't think Trudeau is openly like Donald Trump is. But Trudeau did use the pandemic to pass certain, like to pass pretty sweeping financial changes, and like some of like everything Trudeau did, all of his programs for coronavirus were passed without Parliament, which is always kind of troubling.
Battle imminent.
Oh shit. Bellator and a vengeance. Fucking yikes. You're kind of wrong on how facts work. A fact is something that can be proven true. I mean, but that's not what, like, that's not how legal facts work, though. Like, yes, the legal facts can be proved in court, but they're not immediately evident. That's the whole point. So, like, you can't just, like, say that somebody is wrong about something without adjudicating it. And even then, it's ultimately a decision by a jury or by a judge. But listen, judges make decisions that, like, you can have two judges read or listen, hear the exact same case, and both of them can reasonably come to the different conclusions.
Retreat in progress.
And like, so that's like a big part of what administrative law is. It's like the idea of judicial review. How do you overturn a decision of a judge or an arbitrator or a adjudicator or whatever else? You gotta kind of mix the idea of you want the original decision to mean something, you want, you don't want people always just going to courts and relitigating things, because that removes the entire purpose of having these easier and quicker adjudicative methods. But you also need to make sure people are not having their rights violated. See you, Ian. Have a good one, buddy.
Consider it
Tactical
done.
battle imminent.
So, like, I kind of question any case where someone can just, you know, say that another lawyer is wrong, especially when legally he does seem like a smart guy. Like, he seems like he does his homework. I don't know what his, like, what his role was, but I understand he worked in DC in some respect. I don't know if it was a, yeah, I don't know exactly. It's not trolling.
I copy.
I'm happy to have the occasional political conversation.
We have them in our sights. Reporting.
Ready. Locking on.
Watch your six.
This version was mostly space balance changes. There was like very comprehensive space balance changes, and then also some ground changes. Like they added the new
Orders. Ready to
base
engage.
system. I had to close my door. It's getting... I do not know enough about Churchill to have an opinion on him. I think we have a statue of him in Halifax, though. To my knowledge, no one's tried to take it down.
Reporting.
I'll try and draw their fire.
Target in sight.
I'm in range.
Listen, it's good to have healthy discussion, to have your ideas challenged,
Enemy unit disabled.
even if it is in an Empire War stream.
Swinging around. I've got a fix. I've got a fix.
That's it. Scratch one.
Watch your six.
And trial lawyer, yeah, that can mean anything.
Prospector. Initiating attack. Got one.
How did Peterson lie about Bill C-16? Well, Peterson lied about it almost completely,
Attack.
and I was working as part of the Ontario government when that happened, and we were all basically laughing at him. Basically, I don't remember exactly what Peterson said, but all Bill C-16 did was add gender expression to an already... he said basically that it would make it a hate crime if somebody identified as she and I called her he, basically. And that's not at all what it did. All it did is add gender expression to a list of provisions in the criminal code that already existed.
Let's move out.
So basically, if I beat somebody up because they're black, that's a hate crime. It basically just made it so if I beat somebody up because they're trans, then that's also a hate crime. So he lied about that totally and misrepresented it, and that's pretty much why he's famous, and he's a total grifter. And I've got very, very little respect for him. This is a big old fleet. And the Churchill thing is, it's a very nuanced issue because it's the same thing in Halifax. We had Edward Cornwallis, and he was basically like he scalped native peoples, and
Frigate standing by.
that hate crime law is discriminatory in and of itself. every law is discriminatory. The only thing discriminatory means is that it distinguishes between different populations. Discrimination, and this only makes sense from a legal perspective, but discrimination, i.e. treating people differently, isn't necessarily a bad thing. Protecting people because of, like, protecting people from racially motivated crimes isn't a bad thing. Even if it does make some distinction based on race or whatever. I don't know if Cornwallis fought in the American Civil War.
Traveling now.
I mean, he probably manned the base in Halifax, but I don't. Do you mean the Revolutionary War? I think. I think we're just gonna retreat from this, actually.
Calculating jump to light speed.
I guarantee that's not the law, Shiny. Like, that's literally just something somebody would make up.
We're drawing their fire.
I'm in bad shape.
Oh, I remember Rob Ford. Yes, very well. Now his brother is the Premier of Ontario, Doug Ford. And he is an interesting character.
Tactical battle imminent.
Oh, nice. We're just gonna auto-resolve that.
Moving to
Tactical
coordinates.
battle imminent.
I imagine... Listen, I don't want to slander
Incoming.
I don't want to slander his name, but I would guess that yes, he may have.
Choose your reinforcements.
Traveling now.
And listen, I get a lot of people also like the United States, and I don't blame you. It's a amazing country in many ways, but like, criticizing one element of it doesn't mean that every element's bad. It doesn't mean that you're bad. Like, there's a natural element of defensiveness when people criticize something that you like. But like, if I criticize Donald Trump, I'm not criticizing every American. I'm not even criticizing every American that voted for him. That's not the whole point. No, that is not what Bill C-16 did. You can misgender people as much as you want. I mean, I would call you an asshole, but it's not illegal. Thank you for the donation, B. Henry. Appreciate it.
Nothing political to say. I am just an American who loves your content. Also, if we could please vote out the Trumpers, that'd be GRRRRia. Oops.
Thanks, Robot Lady. And there's a lot of cool things about the United States. Like,
Recruiting troops.
a lot of cool cities. LA is an awesome city. I've been there a few times. NYC, of course. Some beautiful... It's probably the most diverse country in terms of landscape and, like, nature.
T2B over.
Moving out.
Yeah, we might build some detainer frigates. There haven't really been too many cases where I've wanted to kill somebody and I haven't been able to, but it might be a good idea. What do we have on Hast? Okay. Just trying to figure out what we should do. I guess we'll try to take Kessel. Like, I'm worried because Mon Calamari is... Although I guess if I take this fleet... We'll just leave this fleet at Mon Cala. I'll add... Ooh, that's pretty big, actually. I've never been to Chicago, but it seems awesome. Chicago's on my list. I think it's also the city in America Kelsey would like to visit the most, so it's definitely up there for me. I haven't been to Pennsylvania. I've driven through Pennsylvania before, but actually, funny enough, we were supposed to go to Pennsylvania this summer. I completely forgot, but we were going to go to Philadelphia, but I don't think that's going to happen, unfortunately.
Reporting.
No, we'll just take this entire fleet. Fuck it. Actually, no, that doesn't make any sense. I'll drop you off.
Orders received.
Yeah, I do know Arnold lives in Chicago. Or he did. I assume he still does.
Tactical battle imminent.
Shit. That's poor timing. No, I've never read that book. Well, I'm sure driving in Chicago is a mess. I don't doubt it. I lived in Toronto. Even driving there was... I mean, Toronto's a bigger city, but... We're gonna leave. Probably a foot-long Subway sandwich in my mouth. That's funny.
Calculating jump to light speed.
Oh, you treat me here. Fuck's sakes. All right, we're gonna build that, and we will build maybe one more heavy factory.
Understood.
Let's get Mara down on Mon Cala. There you go, Mara. It was literally just political discussions,
Tactical battle.
which some people liked, others didn't.
They're over here.
I don't mind an occasional politics stream. I mean, this is just my politics too, as well. So, this is a joint channel, so, but it does have my name on it. So it doesn't mean Corey or Charlie necessarily agree. Mass Effect Battle Royale, I'm good without.
Hold on. Decrease to full rendezvous at Decrease to full throttle.
Yeah, I think anyone who did want to argue, I think probably left.
Got my prospector.
Watch your six.
I think of George Floyd. I mean, he was killed by a police officer.
The enemy has been defeated.
Retreat aborted.
We're on the move.
Tactical battle imminent.
I just said fuck it, and I sent Charlie
Enemy forces
the money without even him sending me a fucking pay request.
Choose your reinforcements.
Moving to your coordinates. Home one, reporting for duty.
Lots of pizza. I love pizza. I mean, I don't try to hide my politics. I don't really usually stick them in people's faces either, but like, these are not normal times as well.
They're falling back.
Trooper ready.
We are victorious.
I love the intro. Yeah, Charlie's intro today was really cool. I hope that video does well.
Speaking of which, I love the intro that Charlie did on the SSD Rampage
Yeah,
video.
the little incel did a good job. All the riots? I mean, I get it. People are pissed off. I don't blame them. I'm pissed off. There's more police brutality at the police brutality riots, which was probably not the best move of all time.
Construction complete.
Right away, sir.
I mean, I'm not super cool with people destroying property. I get why it happens sometime, but people who are just taking advantage of it to loot are obviously shameful. The same thing happened here when the fucking Vancouver Canucks lost in the Stanley Cup Finals against the LA Kings. People fucking looted Vancouver. People just want an excuse to be assholes.
We've located the enemy.
There's another thing. The defunding of the police is a misunderstood issue by most people.
Choose your
Because, and it is just a kind of a strange thing of the English language. Defunding the police and dissolving the police are radically different. And most people, I say most because there are, you know, people who want complete removal of the police force, which would be dissolving. Most people who say defund the police just mean they want the police to get less resources, and instead those resources go to different agencies. So a good example of this is police officers probably do not need to be doing wellness checks on people, and it's not their fault. Police officers just, like, they get training, but the training you get for a wellness check is probably not going to be up there with somebody who is a full-time psychologist or psychiatrist or whatever else. So defund the police might just mean like, I forget, I was watching something and they were talking about how one state did it, and what that essentially meant was that the defunding was taking 20% out of the police budget and giving it to basically a social agency who picked up lots of the slack and did different things that the police otherwise would have done. Because no one's, well, I won't say no one. There are always people with every political opinion, so I'm not going to say no one, but very few people are saying no police. If you're getting robbed, just the community will take care of you.
There they are.
But it's a tough situation, because if people ask politicians, are you down with defunding the police, and they say yes, then Fox News is going to say this politician wants to abolish the police. If they say no, then MSNBC or Twitter is going to say, oh, this politician is not woke. So it's like, it's kind of a... I mean, watch that John Oliver thing on that police guy, the police trainer who... what's his name? I can't remember his name, but basically who was training police officers, and he was basically treating them that they've got to be ready to be killers, and that you got to protect the sheep from the lions out there. And get these through the nebula, and then
Yes, sir.
see, but technically defunding the police shouldn't have anything to do with gun control, because areas that you defund shouldn't be like ones that deal with violent crime. But I get what you're saying. Although eventually the idea is, okay, so you take money away from the police, and then hopefully you can get less bloated of an organization that will do the same thing, and then the extra savings can be put into things like education and, you know, community programs, all of which is proven in the long term to be better for removing crime and recidivism and all of those things anyway. So it's like, it's more of a, because the police are just a band-aid issue, and that's not their fault. Police aren't meant to make communities better, and they protect communities when they work properly anyway, but they're not going to make a long-lasting social change, which is what community groups and better education can do and all that stuff.
Squad, I need help. Can anyone else see him? Where are you?
Got one.
Next spot.
Go around front of the pass. Enemy unit is
So just think about that. Like,
try and draw their fire. Full throttle. Increase to
do police really need to be doing wellness checks on people? Or do police really need to be the ones out there frequently dealing with homeless people?
Where's the cover? I'm hit. Where'd he come from?
stay in attack formation.
It's like, I don't think so. And I don't think that's a very, complicated, or very controversial opinion. Like, why not have somebody who's an expert in homelessness do
I'm in
that?
range. Swinging around. I'm in range.
The enemy has been defeated.
And listen, my best friend in real life is a police officer. I don't think he's a bad person, but I do think that that there are structural issues. That's what people are complaining about. You should come to Oklahoma, the greatest state. I would love to visit Oklahoma. I've got a very what's the word? Like, very Americana view of Oklahoma. I'd love to have like a little ranch out there, you know?
New construction options available.
Oh, nice. So we just got the also, thank you for the donation. Oops, this one. So we got the MC90. I'll let this one finish and we'll start building those. MC90 is basically like our take on a Star Destroyer. Look, the same thing happened again. No Palpatine. Shit. So I think we're stuck here. Oh, he might be on the planet's surface, actually. Yeah, that could be it. Alright, let's see if we can take Biss.
Mon calamari cruiser ready.
Traveling now.
What's your favorite animal? I like whales. I think whales are cool. Because of the sheer size of them. And how they probably inspired so many, like, so many myths and shit were probably just inspired by people seeing whales.
We'll be there.
Tactical battle imminent.
Jedi Knight? We got Jedi Academy. You mean the game? Because that is something we would do.
The enemy is approaching.
The one in, yeah, I did hear that died. Very sad.
Moving to your coordinates.
It's funny, I live on the ocean. I don't see whales that much around here. I do occasionally, you do see sharks, you see a lot of seals, even dolphins, but I haven't seen that many whales.
Let's move out.
We get the big US aircraft carriers in Halifax quite frequently. I do like seeing that a lot.
Squad, I need help.
Rendezvous at Mark 6.1. Switch pattern.
Frigate responding.
Enemy unit disabled. I'm in range. Stay in attack. I'm in range. Increase to full throttle.
Hey, I bet you dark greens.
We are victorious.
I'd love to try to catch Palpatine. Or Palpatine might be on Biss. I'm not sure though.
Traveling now.
Tactical battle.
I'm gonna guess that Palpatine is on Biss. We're about to get the chance to kill a bunch of these screwballs though. I saw a bunch on a fair. Yeah, whenever I've seen whales, it's been in Newfoundland. You see a lot in Newfoundland. Like, I remember I was in St. John's one day because that's where my dad's from, and we just look out the window and you just see,
Use your reinforcements.
like, you can just see a ton of whales just in the harbor, and it's incredible.
We'll be there shortly.
Whales and icebergs and shit. It's like, it's crazy.
Moving to your coordinates. Move to that location.
That would be cool, Alduin.
Engine.
If your ship's larger, I imagine like the UNSC Infinity as well.
Reinforcements cancelled.
Heading out. Fall out.
Reinforcements
Rendezvous
cancelled.
at Mark 6.1.
Skeets by, yeah, exactly.
Stay in attack formation.
I had a period this year where I like,
Your ship can instantly destroy fighters. when it comes out of hyperspace like the ISD in Rogue One.
Traveling now.
That would be awesome. Yeah, I had a bit this year where I almost like fantasized about moving and living on George Street in St. John's in one of those little row houses. I was like even looking at prices.
Try not to let one on your tail.
It's like it's not an expensive place to live, but the weather's like really bad for half the year.
Ready for your next command.
Keep your eyes open.
Where are you?
Stay in
Creep
attack
through, full
formation.
throttle.
Ready.
Target's coming in fast. I'm in range.
Calamari cruiser here.
Switch patterns. Roger that.
I can't take another hit
Target
like
confirmed.
that.
Sorry, Drowsy, I saw that question before. I would start with the Thrawn trilogy. I think that's the best place to start with Legends. The first book in that is called Heir to the Empire.
Reporting for duty. Focus fire on the
We go
engines.
around for another
Cover
pass.
me.
Hold
You do
on.
not need to learn French to be in Canada. I do not know French. I can understand French pretty well, but
Enemy fighters on me.
There's one on me.
dedicated railing function with GR75 palms.
Incoming. I'm under attack. I'm
Yeah. I don't know, it's just like, I love bars too, so like, living on the bars, I mean, I'm married now, so you can't live a full life, but, and I don't want to either.
Bombs.
I do wish I could steal that allegiance.
I can't take another hit like that.
Pattern. Try not to let one on your tail.
Je parle un peu de français?
Six.
That's like everyone's go-to, I can speak a little French.
We go around for another pass.
Fire on those laser cannons.
I can't shake you. Around for another pass. Stay in attack formation. Should we go around for another pass? Decrease to full
Enemy
throttle.
fighters on
Stay
me.
in attack formation.
I hate killing you, Pelion, but
They're coming around.
way she goes, bud, way she goes.
Incoming.
Should we go around for another pass? I'm in range. Look out!
I'm
Should we
hit.
go around for another pass? Stay in
Keep your
attack
eyes open.
formation.
Got him targeted.
Should we go around for another pass? Enemy unit disabled. Decrease to full throttle.
If you gotta get up early, I would go to sleep, man. Can't lie.
Awaiting orders.
Oh shit.
Will be there.
I'm in range.
Let's move out.
Switch pattern.
Form up.
Decrease to full throttle.
Reporting for duty.
Oh no.
Stay in attack
We should be okay.
Cannons on.
I've got a problem. Ah! Ah!
Pelion is technically canon. That's what you're talking about.
That's got him.
I don't think his name is fully been glad. I can't remember. He was in Rebels first, and then he was in the most recent Thrawn book as well.
We got around for another pass.
Open
Stay in
fire.
attack formation. I'm in range. Decrease to full throttle.
I do really love his character arc though, as well.
Try not to
He has the
let one on your
cheesiest line in Legends history too, with the Empire always strikes back.
Target's
Fire.
coming in fast.
Oh, okay.
Formation.
That's got him.
I'm in range.
You know,
Decrease to full throttle.
mais je n'aime pas parler
Stay in
français.
attack formation. Target's coming in fast.
Fuck.
I've got a fix.
I've got my approach vector.
I can't take another hit like that.
Decrease to full
Can't remember if they
throttle.
call him Galad in that.
Fire.
He's in it more than he's in Rebels.
Divert all power to
I mean, he's
shield.
just
Coming around.
he's just mentioned in Rebels.
I'm hit.
Keep your eyes open.
Yeah, it was the guy.
Awaiting orders. I copy.
Oh, Galad, no.
Open fire.
Thank you, Aldo. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate the donations as always. Good luck with your appointment.
Someone cover me.
Oof.
Yes, sir. Attack that target.
I'm in bad shape.
Assault frigate here. Attack that target.
I'm gonna actually have to go to bed kinda soon as well.
The enemy has got locked.
Oh, look at that over there.
Yes, Commander. Attacking target.
I almost feel like we skipped the Dark Empire, guys.
At mark 6.1.
I'm in a tight
No good.
spot.
I can't maneuver. Watch your 6. Scanner contact behind me. Stay in attack formation. Stay in
Enemy
attack
fighters
formation.
incoming.
Ready.
We're too close.
Standing by.
Get him off!
Attacking target.
Hold on.
Cruiser.
Got them on the run. I'm in range.
Well, it's been summer temps, kind of. I mean, it was
Decrease to full
almost before I started, or when I was working on my videos, it was 18 here
Hold on.
in Dartmouth. favorite type of history or like event? That's a good question. I don't really know how to answer that. Favorite type of history or event? Let me think about that. I don't know.
Let's go.
I like stuff around cities. Like what ancient cities were like and stuff. I find that really cool. We got no fleet in the north right now. That is not grand. We're gonna pull... Where did that fleet go? I had one over here. Is it in transit?
Tactical battle.
Gotcha.
Imminent.
I just thought because the other things spawned that, but I guess not. Because the other units did spawn. Yeah, it is kind of hard to do Dark Empire, you're right, because the Empire usually doesn't have that much territory left. I might have to... They built the Rancor base over Toydaria? Okay. I actually might not be able to do this video tonight. I'm already pretty tired. Yeah, I kind of have that country dream too. So Kelsey, my wife, has a sister, and her sister's boyfriend lives out in the country, and he does all that stuff. He's got a homestead. He's got lots of land. He's even got ocean access. And now they're growing their own food. They grow vegetables, and they have animals. They've got, I think, they don't have a cow yet, although he has had cows in the past, but they have chickens. I think they have like 4 chickens, and then they have a bunch of goats and pigs.
Choose your reinforcements.
Yeah, this isn't in the valley. This is in South Shore. Before Liscum. It's really nice out there.
Moving to your coordinates.
But I mean, like, he can go in his backyard. His excuse me. His property is so big, and he lives in it somewhere where large swaths of land is pretty expensive. His property is so big that if he walks far enough, like kilometers, he's got a camp on his property on a lake. The same property his house is on. I think he's got to take a canoe to actually get to it, which itself is kind of cool.
Traveling now.
I copy, sir.
Yes, Mahone Bay is nice. Kind of the opposite direction, though. It's South Shore. I guess I don't know. It's South Shore on the other side of Halifax. I don't know if that's technically called South Shore. Oh my God, Murmur.
Try not to let one on your tail. Decrease to full throttle. Stay in attack formation. Switch patterns.
Orders
Hold on.
received.
Decrease to full throttle. Swinging around. Should we go around for another
Eastern
pass?
Shore, yeah. Sorry, you're right. Eastern Shore, my mistake.
Awaiting orders.
I knew, yeah, sorry. Eastern Shore.
I got it lined up.
Like right before Liscum, if you know where that is.
I've got it fixed.
Ready.
It's technically, what's the name of the town?
Awaiting orders.
Yeah, it's past Porter's Lake. The town is, I always forget the name of it.
That's got him. Decrease to full throttle.
Setting
I'm in
course.
range. Decrease to full throttle. Stay in attack formation. I'm in range. I'm in range. Formation.
I've got my
Stay in
approach
attack
vector.
formation.
Awaiting orders.
Enemy unit available.
All power to shield.
Watch your 6.
That's
Stay in
it.
attack
Scratch
formation.
one.
I'm in range.
Oh, Jedi Prince series? Yeah, we'll get to that at some point. I'd say we'll get to that before the Yuuzhan Vong.
Stay in attack formation. Rendezvous at Mark 6.1. Stay in attack formation. Watch your 6. I'll try and draw their fire.
My name's in the Apple autocorrect.
Decrease to full throttle.
Well, I think unfortunately that's based off of,
Should we go around for another pass?
sorry, I just gotta Send a message. I think that's based off of your typing. So I'm famous enough with you, which is still pretty cool. Oh, it's called... I just remembered. It's called Sheet Harbor, where my buddy lives. Or my... I don't know if anyone... Any Nova Scotians in the stream you probably know where that is, maybe.
I'm losing power. I'm losing power. Contact with this one on your tail. Scanner contact behind me. Attack formation. Increase to full throttle. Hold on. Try not to let one on your tail. Try not to let one on your tail.
Damn, I didn't realize that thing was getting hit so bad.
Scratch one. Hold on. Rendezvous at mark 6.1.
Can't stay out here. I'm running out of maneuvers.
I've got my approach vector.
I'm in range. Increase to full throttle.
I'm under
That's
attack.
it. Scratch one.
See, this is when I was talking about maybe making a game. This is one of the situations where having your ships be able to change their... Like, imagine, instead of just having my ships sit here, I could take all engines away, or all power away from engines once they kind of get within range, all the shields, all the weapons, or 50-50, and then put my shields facing forward. That would be cool.
Watch your six. Can anyone else see him?
That's it. Scratch one. Primary drive.
Not a Bothan, just dead.
Awaiting orders.
Our engine is down.
Going to your coordinates.
Cover me.
Got an ad for Nova Scotia on my videos, that's cool. That means the government's giving me money indirectly.
I'm in range. I've got a pick. Go around for another pass.
They've got us targeted.
Attack formation.
Squad, I need help.
Our lasers are in off. I've got my approach vector.
Bad.
Reporting.
Can anyone
Hold
else
on.
see him?
Pass. No good. I can't maneuver.
I can't take another
Try
hit
not to
like
let
that.
one on your tail.
I've got it lined up. They're coming around.
Try not to let one on your tail.
Shit, I got this.
I've got my approach vector. Form up.
Target's coming in fast.
Can't stay out here.
No good. I can't maneuver.
I'm running out of maneuvers.
I'm in range.
That's it. Scratch one.
Awaiting orders.
Listen up.
That's got him.
Getting torn apart.
Increase to full throttle.
It's a fucking slaughter right now on both sides.
Let one on your tail.
Wish I could get this. Oh, nice. I was gonna say I wish I can get this in battle, but now that Bothan's moved, I can.
Rendezvous at mark 6.1. Rendezvous
Yeah, I'd say we'll hit
at 6.1. Increase to full throttle. Rendezvous at mark 6.1.
tin roof. Never heard of that. I'd say we'll hit 100k on this channel this year, I think. It's definitely possible. We've had some good growth this month, so.
Next command.
Shields are down.
Home one. Reporting for duty.
Stay in attack formation. Increase to full throttle.
Can anyone else see him?
That's got him.
Yeah, that is a good point. Battlefront 2.
Stay in attack
Again,
formation.
yeah.
Increase to full throttle.
I mean, maybe you could have the AI. I don't know.
Take another hit like that.
No good. I can't maneuver.
Where's the cover? Cover me. Where'd he come from?
Spirit, thank you for joining
Attack
the
formation.
membership. Much appreciated. Guys, can we get a thanks Spirit in the chat, please?
Enemy
They're
fire.
coming around.
Can we get Angry X from all the other members who are here right now? I haven't seen too many green names.
That's it. Scratch one.
Yeah, I mean, this game, if we made it, wouldn't technically have Mon-Cal ships anyways. It would just have ships that are kind of like Mon-Cals.
Awaiting orders.
Did we learn? We lost one of those MC-80s, didn't we? No? Maybe? I don't know. I think we did.
Let's move out.
Roger, setting course, sir.
That's got him. Moving to coordinate.
Let's clear out some of these goddamn fighters.
Shields to maximum.
Ahsoka's to Gruda, right? I think.
Power to shields.
Should we go around for another pass?
I've got my approach vector.
You can post an Angry X if you're a member, but I don't think there's any. I don't think there's any members in the chat right now.
Watch your six. Try not to let one on your tail.
Got one.
Try not to let one on your tail. Watch your six. Hold on. Rendezvous at mark 6.1. Try and draw their fire.
Got one.
Stay in attack formation.
That's got him.
Increase to full throttle. Stay in attack formation.
Shields are 1400.
Lined up. That's
For
it.
comparison, oh yeah, okay, it's not even.
Increase to full throttle.
That's got him.
Enemy unit disabled.
Evil coleslaw, thank you.
Stay in attack formation.
Oh, we lost one, did we?
Awaiting orders.
Is that right?
Full throttle. Rendezvous at mark 6.1.
Oh, James is there too.
Scratch one.
And you can use it now as well, Spirit. That's the one thing I miss about Twitch. Because we used to have a lot of Twitch subs. I think we had like a few hundred. So we used to get lots of Angry X going. I'd like to make it, I wish there was a way for me to make it accessible to everybody. Brando, thank you very much, dude. Appreciate it. We get some more Angry X. You become a member by joining. It does cost money though, and listen, COVID, people aren't working. Don't spend money on me if you don't have it. Don't feel bad about it. Member train, yep. Yeah, I mean, we've got a lot of, we've got Mon Cala. We're replacing these ships really quickly. We've got those shipyards at Hast as well. And we've got, what's her name there? So we're getting a discount. What's her name being Mon Mothma. This is quite a battle. This is pretty fun. No, Aura Singh is not a Night Sister.
Hold on. Increase to full throttle.
Just edgy.
I'm in range.
She was trained in the Force as a Jedi in Legends. I don't think that's true in canon. Kind of weird. They made Aura Singh like really powerful in Legends.
Focus fire on those lasers. Awaiting orders. Ready for your next command.
That is Aura Singh they make really powerful, isn't it? Wasn't Aura Singh a Jedi, or am I thinking of someone else? Okay. Am I wrong? I don't think so. Yeah, okay. Jedi. No, yeah, Aura Singh, she was a Jedi in Legends. She also lived for, well, she was still active in the, I think Fate of the Jedi is when she features. No, I was thinking of her. She just quits when she's a Padawan, if I remember. Forgot about the music. That was weird. That threw me off.
They're falling back.
I remember Beldorion, they call his great obesity. It's like a term, it's like a regal term almost. Alright guys, I think that is going to be it for today's stream. I am tired and I would like to try, oh that's not too bad considering what we faced off against. Could have been better though. I would like to try to get this video done for X2 tomorrow. No promises, but maybe. So thanks for watching, everybody. Oh, there's that fleet. It's over eBack. Okay. I'm gonna save. I'll read some questions. Yeah, we don't know about Ahsoka and Luke. I'm assuming no. Oh, I'm tired. Would not be able to get this video done. It was really weird. Good night, everybody. Thanks for joining on the stream. This was fun. Lively political discussion. We did some successes in the AW. So thanks, guys. Let me just quit this. Thanks for all the new members as well, and thank you for all the donations. I have watched Tron Legacy. Yeah. Why is my game not letting me quit? The battle with Thrawn was a little anticlimactic. Alright, guys. Goodbye. Have a good sleep. See you guys I'm actually taking tomorrow off, for once. So see you guys probably the next day.